do one of these.
Oh,
I think we're good. Let's see if it goes. This is
what,
all new.
What is it with the ocean?
That's just that's what we're make pretend where we're at. Okay? Oh. Because we're coronavirus. We can't travel. So let's see. It's not. I don't know if we're going. Boom. This is live. Facebook, are you live? Come on. Okay, so that one's good. See, they just changed this whole thing. So I want to make sure.
I know absolutely nothing about any of this.
You're doing great. You're doing your only job is to chill. And then this one's good. Different today. But most importantly, Portia Moy in the house. Yes. Salute. And thank you for the gifts. For those that don't know, this beautiful, amazing woman, we're going to take it from the top. You're very special to me.
Oh,
when you messaged me, this was about 3 weeks ago or maybe a month-ish.
Yeah.
I get this message from this woman and it was just very heartfelt. It was like amazing. And I get a lot of messages and I get a lot of, but most of it's usually with some kind of people that I know a little bit. I didn't know you for nothing. And it was this beautiful, reassuring, uplifting love note. And you made me feel very special. And when I went to visit you, which I knew you were going to be there because that first visit, you're not there very often.
Right.
But you just opened up the countryside
county road and company.
Boom. The boutique. And I meet you there and I fall in love with you because your story is amazing. So for those that don't know Portia Moy, I can't even give you a title except for just all around badass.
Well, wow.
And you own and manage the Scruffy.
Yeah, I own Scruffy's
in Palm Coast.
Bar in Palm Coast. Yeah.
Now just recently opened this new boutique in Flagler, which is amazing.
I did open the second location in Flagler Beach. Yeah, County Road and Company.
And you are a huge fan of my little show.
Yeah, I am.
You said you watched every episode?
I did of last year. Yes.
That's means the world to me. And
because I had no idea that you were out there. And then when we did the whole provision packs, and then so I wanted to watch Carrie Torres's story.
Amazing lady, isn't she?
And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I just started scrolling through all of them. And I was like, how cool is this? So then every morning when I walk my dog, which I always listen to podcasts, it feels like Chenzo.
All right. So that means the world to me. And yes, on that note, Carrie, I'm glad that it's happening because the whole point of the show is for me to learn and to the people that I admire, but I'm hoping that it gives people this outlet of these amazing stories. So we're going to take it from and first of all, thank you for all the gifts. If you don't know, there is a lot of libations going on right now and she's come bearing gifts. So we're going to have a wonderful show Friday the 13th.
Sweet.
Who gives a damn, right?
That shit.
The world is going crazy.
Oh, do I need to say a disclaimer if I'm going to curse?
No, let it out, woman.
Okay. I mean, all of my friends know that
this is your show.
You can
say whatever you want to. I mean, I don't know if we get kicked off. I don't really care.
No, I'm not that bad.
No. Well, if we go there, we go there. I have a hard copy. So if the internet world kicks us off,
okay.
Boom shakalaka. Let's take it from the top because you're very dear to me, and you're going to be one of those guests that you were very vulnerable and candid with me that day we first met. And I walked in and everyone has a story and everyone can get caught into their funk and feel that it's hard to execute happiness, execute a smile, execute just badassery, right?
Right.
And do you mind if we kind of go there?
No.
Can we do it?
We can do it.
All right. So your home base was Arkansas, right?
Yes.
Let's take it from the top, love. From that point, I mean, we don't have to take it from childlike.
Okay, yeah.
If we don't want,
that's a whole nother episode.
But something that I learned from your story was Arkansas hits. Give us a timestamp and how Florida pulls you in, and then let's take it chronologically.
Okay. So I graduated from Arkansas State University in Jonesboro, Arkansas, in 2004.
Okay.
And I made a move down here to Florida shortly after that and took an internship with the Orlando Sentinel. Well, that was the plan, to do some photography work.
Okay.
I worked for a bar back home that was located in the Holiday Inn. And there was a Holiday Inn in Altamont Springs that had this banging ass bar.
Okay.
And it was a little hole in the wall. It was called the Why Not Lounge.
All right.
So my manager was like, hey, I'll hook you up with a job. You can be bartending down there. I know the manager. I'll put in a good word for you. Everything worked out. I got an apartment literally right down the street where I could walk. and it was just like, bam. And that's kind of what got me really into the bartending business down here.
So we're 04.
Yeah, we're 04.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Now I forget, are we coming here with significance? Do we have the children's yet?
I had Chase and Haley.
Okay.
Chase and Haley are my two living children.
You. So here she comes. Boom, here we are. At that age too, how old were your kids in at that point?
Oh gosh, this already gets so deep so quick, right?
I told you.
Hold on,
here
everybody.
We go.
Okay, so Jonathan and I, that's Chase and Haley's father.
Okay.
We were together in college.
Got you.
And I had 2 years under my belt, and it was, bam, I was pregnant. So being from where we were, we were in church every Sunday, every Wednesday. And, that was just kind of the way of life there. Mm-hmm. Super judgmental. I was pregnant. Parents were automatically like, let's get married, And so we did. Both probably knowing that it wasn't the best decision, right. But we were good, in our relationship, even though it was very early on.
Right.
You know what I mean? We were in a good spot, even though we were young. I was 21 when I had Chase. And fast forward, and loved having a baby. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to have another baby, it's going to be with you. And he's like, I agree. And I was like, I just want get my two done, go back to school, graduate. And then, he always supported me in picking up and moving and doing what I wanted to do after I graduated college. So we divorced amicably, and
boom, Altamont.
Boom, got the kids into school. I moved up to Altamont and started live here.
Here we go.
Yeah.
And I remember asking you this, but some of this is going to be rather redundant because we talked about it. But where were you emotionally? Where was Portia emotionally? Were you in a good? You know what I mean? Were you in a good season? Were you lost?
Oh no, I was young.
Were you just?
I just graduated college. I had been working since I was 14, 15 years old, but Florida was a totally different world then.
Were you feeling like it was it fitting you, or were you kind of, for instance,
fit right in.
I just talked to two high school or just graduated high school students that were visiting here. They're going into college. They're 20-ish and
very 20-ish.
They're optimistic. I was very excited to hear such optimism about their futures and what they wanted to do, et cetera, et cetera. I wasn't that way at 20. I was a pretty disgruntled prick. Like I was.
I had a plan since I was 16.
You knew.
Oh yeah. Like I remember I had a teacher, Miss Rowland, shout out Miss Rowland, in my 11th grade year, who we did a timeline. Like, where do you want to be by the time you're 40? Wow. And it was like a little project.
And you remember that?
And yeah, dude, I kept it. I took it with me to college. I took it. I lost it actually going from Florida to Arkansas one time, but
this was in your.
I looked at it all the time, and I say dream boards are awesome, and they really are, and they work. And
so what was the?
I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to be my own empire, kind of.
Yeah. You knew you wanted to be your own Jeff Bezos. So it was happening. That. So now give me maybe a fast forward if things were kind of like, so you're in Orlando, you're doing that, you're doing the bar thing, you're raising your kids, and then something happens where you start getting pulled here, right? Like, do I miss anything chronologically in those moments?
Well, I was married for 15 years.
That's a big one. Okay.
I'm married, yes. Aiden, my child, my angel child, me and his father were married for almost 15 years.
Got you.
I met him here he was from here in Orlando, and fast forward, we got married 15 years later. Well, we got married 4 or 5 years later. We had a child together.
Right.
4 years after that child passed away.
Can we talk about that?
Shortly after that, we divorced.
You want to do it?
Yeah, we can touch. We could touch on it.
All right. Well, listen, if it's okay with you, because those that know me well, once again, this show would be in existence even if we weren't live. I really sincerely have your strength, your tenacity, and irregardless of what you've built financially, is nothing as important as it is to me that when you execute a smile and you execute. Remember, I asked you how long did it take you to go through your valley? Yeah. Let's talk about it. Does a lot of people know this, or is this going to be a?
Oh no! Everybody that knows me absolutely knows. The case was in the media, and we went to council meetings and we're fighting to get some changes done on New Smyrna Beach. And so
give me a timestamp and we'll just go over bullet points. We won't go into the emotional side of it. That's not what I fancy.
Well, the accident was July 18th, 2010 on New Smyrna Beach.
Okay.
And Aiden was 4 years old, and it was just it was an accident, with cars being on the beach and kids playing on the beach at the same time.
And that bullet point is, yep. I'm gonna, if you don't mind, I'll just, for the people that are listening, you lost your son.
Yes,
he was he was killed in a vehicle accident, right? So that happens.
He was
now some of these facts, once again, I'm going to try to bridge as much as possible and get to the fun stuff, but this is pivotal.
Absolutely.
I think
when you go through these types of things in life, I think most certainly at an early age, it really defines who you are. You know what I mean?
Amen. So here you are. And now I remember you sharing this with me too, which resonates to this very moment. You were there and your two other children were there.
I was not there.
Oh, you weren't physically there, but
Jason was there. My husband, his father was there. And yes, the other children. Yeah.
So that's obviously, there's no need to even go into whatever, can't even fathom that as for them. And so now here's where things get even more testing. Cray is a good way of putting it. So now within 8 months-ish, my darling dearest.
Yeah, July of 2010, we lost Aiden. And then April of 2011, we lost Jonathan.
And that's that's
Jason Haley's father. Yep. Yeah.
Boom.
Yep.
And once again, those aren't things that I need to fall in love with somebody. Those are the things that I need to shut myself up when I think I'm having a poop day.
Right.
And it's like, I don't want to say it can always be worse, but check yourself.
Right.
And here you were. That's where I can't even imagine as a mother, as a leader of your family, it's just amazing. And this is what I find most fascinating and most growth for me is in that moment, Portia. How long would you say? I don't think time necessarily heals per se, but how long did it take for you the sun to feel a little bit brighter, the days? I mean, how that was, remember I asked you that at the shop?
I don't know. And, I think I said, I don't know.
Were you just you're just in a, bam.
Yeah. It's just ebbs and flows.
Right.
So it's not that you're ever really over it or that you ever stop thinking about it. Just maybe some days more than others. You may go.
Well, I remember you shared something very special with me too.
When you're in certain situations, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like triggers.
Right. But I remember you shared something once again. For those that don't know, I don't have children. And when I hear about being a parent and the love that's unexplainable and the emotions, I think you had said you didn't really have time or gave yourself time to even think about it. You stayed the captain of the ship and you cared. You remember you sharing that kind of like you didn't really even focus on yourself for a while. You just went right to making sure that your two other children were of sound mind, sound body. And then not to mention very shortly after your, Jonathan, right?
Yeah.
And then all the ramifications that brings. So I remember you sharing with me, do you remember where you started to kind of focus on yourself, or you just always just stayed? You obviously focused on yourself, but.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you kind of, you're the base of everything. So you have to focus on yourself.
Because I remember, didn't you say like some of your significant, like your sisters, they were kind of like.
My mother-in-law, well, no, I guess my mother-in-law at the time, the grandmother, the little Spanish lady, she came in and, I was just in bed, and this was after Aiden's funeral, a few days after or whenever it was. And, she said, you've got to get up. You've got kids in there and they need breakfast. And, we have school Monday, and in her little Spanish, like broken English.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? She's right. And so there really wasn't any other option.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to set a bad example for my kids to crumble under those types of circumstances, because they are probably going to happen.
Absolutely. So now we're going to get to here we go. We're going through this situation. When does this zip code start to steal you? When does that period happen? Because now I'm sure you're going through a tremendous amount of metamorphosis stages as a human being.
Yeah, there's so many chapters.
I can't even imagine. If, by the way, this is, for those that are listening, this is our second or third, maybe fourth time Chitty Chats. Yeah. So this is very special to me. Yeah. So it's not like I have this recited.
Well, I mean, like I told you, it's like, it's really hard to have, for me, it's hard to have a normal conversation because my normalities are not normal.
Right.
So, right off the bat, you're getting into, dead ex-husbands
right.
and, children passing away,
right.
and it gets really dark really quick. And it's like, but that's kind of been like my whole life. So it's
yeah,
hard to be
look, in parallel with what you're saying, my love, someone said this to me yesterday. I was talking to somebody, I was blind. Like, whatever you guys pray to, I think everyone's got something. He's doing something weird with me. I had a phone call yesterday with a guy that just recently moved here. And within like less than 10, 15 minutes, he started sharing me his whole thing, his whole life. And he kept apologizing. Like, I'm sorry. I hope I don't come off arrogant or self-centered that I'm doing this. I said, bro, your story, in my opinion, someone's story is not, unless you're saying my brick of gold is bigger than yours, that's different. But if you're talking about what got, what your like statistical, your statistics, in my whimsical way of talking about it, your FIFA rating, like if you're that fast, you're that fast. So when you share with me that stuff, my darling dears, to me, it's not dark. And I mean that sincerely. To me, it's probably like supernova bright to me, because once again, I'm sitting in that store that day and I have my own laundry list of woebegons. And I'm sitting, and once again, not that one's greater or less, whatever the common denominator is of just poop. It's a little poopy for sure, but that's some serious shit, man. And I was so like, once again, you're going to hear me say I love you and I admire you and stuff, but I can't put it into words of not only being able to share it, but to articulate it. And you've got a lot of Stoey McStorison in there. And once again, I've said this before in part of my vernacular, but you are one fierce bitch. Like I felt so much like this woman is on fire. And I mean that. So I hope that comes off appropriately.
Yeah, absolutely.
I left that chitty chat that day.
I'm kind of like at a loss of words. That's awesome.
Well, I was glowing.
Sweet.
And so once again,
I can do that.
Regarding the stories, I think have you, when you are, your background being, and you're I know you deal with a lot of people. Like a lot, especially in the bar scene.
From one spectrum to the other, absolutely, yeah. So those that are listening right now, there's a high percentage of people that do know this about you. You've been very like this has been. Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Good for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I had a lot of fighting to do for Aiden after he passed away. So like I said, it was very public, and we got some changes made, and that was good. So yeah. So now where were we at? We're
coming to the zip code. We're coming somehow, some way. We're getting pulled home. How does that happen?
So when I was married for those 15 years, I worked in corporate world. I worked for a Fortune 500 company.
Okay.
Well, in the end, it was a Fortune 500 company. It was a small business in the beginning, and the owner had 3 different locations. So that brought me in to like the corporate world. And that's when I lost Aiden, was during that time. I was working a lot. I was traveling a lot. I was making good money, but, I was never at home.
Right.
But, hindsight 2020, I was building a really good foundation for when the kids were going to come home permanently, because Jonathan would be passing away soon. So it's just like, I kind of just feel like that's kind of how the gods worked,
Yep.
So yeah, over the summer we lost Aiden, and then Jonathan, and then where are we at?
We're coming home. Zip code. Get it, girl. How we come here? I got you.
So anyway, yes. After that, I took a year off with my kids, and I took a year off.
Did you stay in the Orlando area?
No, we're up in here. We're up in Deltona, DeLand area.
So we did make the move. That's what I'm saying. We're making the move. Boom. I got you. All right. So now we're here. And you took about a year to just marinate and be good for you.
Yep. Took a year off with them. Made sure, I saw them off to the bus stop and at breakfast and got all that kind of stuff done. And then just decided that I want to work for myself. And my husband at the time we drained our retirements, and we bought Scruffy's in 2012 in Palm Coast.
There it is.
And the guy had owned it for like maybe 2 years.
And that bar carries a long,
Yes, it used to be McHenry's.
Bingo. So now Portia gets ownership. And now back in your initial years of owning it, you were there a lot. Weren't you? Like you were blood, sweat, and tears. Mm-hmm. So
yep, my ex-husband and I, we were 50-50 partners. And basically we balanced days and nights. And I got it up and going. I know.
And it's crazy because I guess at this point, I never met you. I used to get pretty dirty at those places.
Yeah. Everybody got dirty in Scruffy's, man.
Yep.
It was a really good time.
I don't know anyone that's listening to that. Maybe if you've been in Palm Coast for a hot minute and you haven't had a dirty day there, well.
Yep.
But when does all of a sudden you start to get this, you got to get a little bit more disconnected as things were progressing and you became like,
well, things got really good on the business side. Things got really bad on the personal marriage side. The death of Aiden was hard,
right.
And Jonathan, that was hard, and so we ended up divorcing, and then we ran the business for about a year, 50-50 being divorced. And then we ended up having to buy out, and I bought him out of the company. And that was in 2015.
Okay. And then, by the way, just the response that I saw on the Facebook and just the response that I had with the people I've shared that you were coming on, people love you. You're wonderful.
Awesome.
They really do. And I think it's a combination of those that you've maybe employed, those that patron your place, your demeanor.
Yes. My bartender said, tell Chenzo, hey.
Who's your bartender?
Nicole Campanero. She used to be down Oceanside. Yeah.
She's there?
Yeah,
she was one of the first one to hearts you today.
Oh, yeah. She's a sweetie.
See, we're all connected somehow, some way.
Yeah, she works at the bar.
She's a gem.
Yeah.
So she's there. How long has she been there?
Oh, gosh, Nicole's probably been with me going on a year now.
Okay.
Yeah, she used to wait on me at Oceanside. I used to know her from the old Scruffs when I used to bartend. She used to come in. And, so it's just bringing that thing full circle, I
love it. Now we're going to jump around a bit because I have my own. These are all my own questions, but here's something that I find fascinating about a woman in the workforce. Yeah, like just being fierce. Have you ever, which I'm sure you have, but did you ever deal with anxious idiot syndrome? Remember I asked you that before, meaning like you're just self-doubt. What am I doing? Am I going to make it? How am I going to pay? Yeah. Did you, are you in a good place now, or do you know how to use it as?
Man, it's the ebbs and flows. We got this Corona going around. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, this stupid Corona. Have we already seen it? Is it messing with the biz?
We'll see. I mean, yeah.
Well, I guess it's so fresh. We don't really.
Hey, you know what? They were out at Flagler Beach yesterday shopping. So.
Listen, this place was packed yesterday.
Palm Coast the Palm Coast store did good yesterday, so apparently they're out over there. So the bar business, people drink, man.
I know.
They drink whether they're happy, sad, rich, poor, celebrating, sick. They're always cheersing it.
I guess not to sound like everybody else online right now about supporting your local business, but go support it. Go get busy. Just have fun.
So we're one of the coolest local bars in town. We've been there for, I've had it for 8 years myself. And we just have the best people in there. You do have a good force, huh? I guess that's what it's all about. What I'm learning, and from those that I admire, you're one of them, and those that have employees, because I'm a solo dolo dude. I hear about the war stories of having many mouths to feed in those, because I think good people care about good people. So it's not just about paying them, and it's more of. Oh, absolutely. I just was talking with a very dear couple, a friend of mine, that they just recently sold their business. And it's very unique when you're selling the business, because they're still concerned about their employees and then the customers of them. Yeah. It's hard to disconnect. Oh yeah, very much so. And this maybe not apply to the multi-billion-dollar entities that sell American Airlines to, United, etc. But in this case, it's very unique. It's very intimate. I think you've, in a very short period of time, which 8 years isn't that short, but it's short enough, meaning that I think we've got a good chunk of your heart here. Oh, yeah. In this Zippy code. Yeah. Hence, you opened up this new store. Yeah. Which I love, by the way. They've done a fantastic job. I know she does. And you gift us with some 2 little dog. She gave us. You gave so many gifts. Thank you. For those that don't know, this boutique is amazing. It's in Flagler. It's right by the museum, Flagler Beach Museum, and the city hall. In between. Yeah. I'm in between Raw. Shout out to Raw. Oh yeah, Corey. Yep. And Vessel is on the other side of me. Yep. And you go right there. It's beautiful. And how often are you there? I'm in that store on Wednesdays and Fridays, and then I am in the other store on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Okay. And Mondays I am doing bar stuff, my inventory, my payroll. Right. So I just happened to catch you then that day. Wednesdays and Fridays are the days I have to remember I can go. I closed down the Palm Coast store today to be here with you. Oh, did you really? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, and I put Abbey Beachside because people are going to be shopping beachside. I love you. You did that? Of course. You shut down your store to come on my little show. Yeah, I have to. It's going to be okay. You're so special. Yeah, this is awesome. Well, I told you. Get to check it off my bucket list. Yeah, this is your first ever podcast. This is great.
So this is a very special show too, because recreationally I dried out for like 2 weeks just for today.
Well, no, we discussed it, but I did cave last night.
You cheated on me?
And I caved the night before. Chinzo, I know I've been doing so good.
It's okay. When you really do misbehave though, what's your flavor?
But I limited myself at 2 glasses.
Okay. How do you, that's smart. You could do it. Well, not
no,
smart.
No, I can't. No. That's what I've done the past 2 nights.
You know what we did do? I almost cheated on you on Sunday of last week. I think it was. And Camille and I took a walk where we walked from here to the center. It was the day I saw you. Oh yeah. The day we leave you, euphoria was in the air. We're on our way home, stop at breaks.
Oh yeah.
And we had one.
We had a bunch that day.
See?
My girlfriend was, yes.
I tried to be, I had the one, and then she was like.
Well, I don't count weekends.
I know.
It was a Monday through Thursday thing.
Those don't count on the calendar. But it's, I'm not, I guess it's, we joke around about it for most of us that like grew up here, and I'm sure it's anywhere thing, but our immediate nucleus little Flagler group that like went to high school here. And so we never had, I couldn't just have one. Who has the one? Yeah. If you're one of those people, then I admire that. But if you're like, I'll have that one drink at dinner, like, God bless you.
For what?
I know.
You're paying $9 for the glass of wine.
Get the bottle. Always go with the bottle.
And Mama Ling's, they're great. You can just take your bottle in, and they charge you a cork fee. Now
Camille's really gonna love it. She loves that. Is that the place with the fa? Fifo fa? Is it called fo? Fa? The soup? I don't know. Camille loves it. Is that where's your
Chinese food kind of?
Yeah.
It's Asian fusion street food or something.
It's not in Flagler, so we don't go very often.
It's in Punkhouse.
We gotta try to
this is really cute. I've never been out this far, honestly.
What? Northside?
No, I've never been to Turtle Shack. I've heard so much cool things. I haven't.
You have stuff you have to do after this, huh? I would steal you. We go to Turtle.
Okay, no, we can go.
Turtle's great. We went there yesterday for lunch.
They have food?
They still get phone calls that people think that they have actual turtles.
No, I didn't think that.
I know you didn't, but it's pretty funny. It's kind of a black hole for a lot of people, I guess, because it is the epitome of a shack. I kind of coined small place, big reputation. They've been in existence for quite some time. Family ran, as most of these places.
Oh my God, I love that. Yes, I have to stop.
You can get debauchery with it and have like a hamburger the size of brown, or you could go healthy with like ahi tunas, et cetera, et cetera. It's a little bit of everything. Yes. And the only thing I don't like is that they don't have the liquor, but they don't want that scene. I don't blame them. So it's beer and wine, but they got probably, I love all my other places. I'm sorry, folk, but probably the best wine list in the area. Like legit. They know what they're doing wine wise. So when you are misbehaving, are you wine chick or are you kind of like,
if it's day drinking, I usually drink champagne, Prosecco.
Celebrity over here.
Oh, not really.
That's what today is the Prosecco. I went Screwdriver, but hey, who's looking? So listen, I want to get back to this. When you go, do you have like a rhythm or a rhyme when you're going through your anxious idiot stage as being a business owner and you're looking at payrolls or you're looking at employees that are this and that? Do you have a secret recipe that Portia has come up with all these years? Like whether it's a walk, a prayer, a drink, like do you have a secret Batcave Portia style? You know what I'm saying? Like where shit's real, I'm going to my cave, leave me alone, whether it's figuratively or literally, or do you just kind of
yeah.
What you got?
I do. Yeah.
What's your rhythm?
I do a lot of reading.
Yeah, you're a reader?
Mm-hmm.
What are you reading? Like you like novels?
Right now I like business books.
So factual stuff.
Yeah, like number shit. You know what I mean? Like I love numbers. Michael Malkowicz.
Oh, okay.
So.
Okay.
I'm reading his Profit First right now.
All right.
And Clockwork. My son got me Clockwork for Christmas, and so I'm balancing those 2 books right now. I have one on Audible.
When do you? You do? I haven't.
So that's when I get into my zone, But if you ask probably any of my friends, if you ask my husband for sure, I'm sure he'd say, I work all the time. I work all the time. I am constantly numbers.
Do you give yourself any disconnect?
Sundays.
That's your day.
Sunday's my day. I unplug.
You won't how do you unplug? Phone, another room?
Yeah, like I don't check my email. I don't pick up my phone. We're outside.
But what about recreational? You don't even care. Like if I'm trying to text you on a Sunday.
No. Everybody knows. Like my immediate family knows I unplug on Sunday.
Good for you.
Yeah. My employees know that I unplug on Sunday.
Has this been like a quite a while thing, or is this a newer thing?
No, it's been a good while. Because, Mark was like, he had mentioned to me, my husband, he was like, dude, you need to like work. you need to like simmer down.
Are you guilty of like when you are on the phone, like you're just, you're going to do something, you're going to
it's just always, something report. I mean, you got to think I've got 3 things going on here, so I do all my own books and payroll and things like that. So it's constant. It's constant.
So
it's that
there's always a fire
integration that I was talking about, not balance.
Said that. Are you right now? Is Portia in a good balance?
I guess we got this corona going on. I'm kind of nervous how it's going to start affecting things.
Let's vent a little bit.
Hey.
It's so fresh. It's new.
I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, when are we gonna? I've got plenty of toilet paper, so cheers to that.
I feel bad actually for my wife because she takes care of the stuff. I don't go to the grocery store. Thank God we have a nice little balance. I don't like to go there. Yeah, so I don't really know what we've got, but I think we're ready for World War 17.
Right.
I know I've got more baby wipes than I've had my entire. I'm ready to go, people. If you want to make an offer, I don't know why don't people just go baby wipes. Why is it such a big deal with the toilet paper? I don't understand it. But this is a very unique situation. The only person that I've listened to that actually I allowed to infiltrate was a dude that Joe Rogan had. And yeah, I'm biased. I love Joe Rogan and the guests that he has. And he had this dude for 15 minutes that was a specialist with the credentials and viruses and all of the stuff that's going on.
Like he knew his shit.
He knew his shit. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. But what he said, it's just keep your hygiene good. Maybe don't kiss everybody you see. I've actually been given a little disclaimer yesterday at the soccer fields. Camille would not wash the jerseys. So no penny, like we call them pennies, but no jerseys at the soccer fields, yesterday. So, I mean, like, take some precaution,
Sure.
And before I'm such a hugger and a kisser. So even yesterday I was at Breakaways trying my damnedest not to misbehave for you. I didn't. But giving some lugs and, love and hugs. And I was kind of being like, but where are you going to, go ahead, get comfy. But I guess everybody right now as business owners, we're kind of like, right? I mean, what are we going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do? People don't want to come out and shop on.
Are you super analytical with your business?
Yes.
God bless you.
I know.
That answers that. You have your trends, the days that are big. Good for you.
Down to the weather. It's crazy.
I really, really like you.
Yeah.
A lot. You just, here's what I want to talk about though. I was like, even if we were just sitting which by the way, you see how beautiful it is? I told you outside today. Jeez Louise. Yeah. Rule of thumb next.
You know what you need to start doing? You need to start doing these like on location.
I've done a couple of them. They're so hard.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I got to pack all this up.
Yeah, I get it.
But I mean, I know what you mean. I've done a few of them. What I want to do, this may sound ridiculous, but moving into the summertime, probably the next guest that I have that's like a dude. There. I'm not wearing I'm not wearing shirt and stuff.
I could not believe when I'm like sitting outside chilling in the chair out front of the store, and I'm like, all I see is like this hairy chest, and I was like, is that like somebody with no shirt on over there coming out of the restaurant?
It's not even summer yet. I've been getting better with
it's Jen's.
Giving disclaimers to some people. Like most of the places I frequent, I know the owners and someone say, listen, are you okay? I'm going to sit off to the side and I'm in the sun, but I don't try to I have nothing to show off. It's just a comfort level. It's all awesome. It is. And especially when summer comes, I got haters. I got superficial people that will say to me, what's your definition of success? I've had that since I started. I've been doing this for a hot minute, being no W-2.
Yeah, my 4 days of dog walking in Shinzo, just for 1 year, I can imagine.
Bam. And a lot of people don't know this. I think I told you, I used to work 4 jobs. This wasn't always, and I'm still.
Oh, yeah, I used to.
Yeah, this isn't anything glamorous.
I've worked 3 jobs, many moons.
Amen. And once again, not that I've achieved anything super grateful financially. It's just about, I told these younger kids this. I said, when someone does, kind of whatever, bow up to you figuratively, what are you going to do? What do you do? Kind of complex. You just tell them that you are in the commodities of peace and time.
Yeah. Time is absolutely right. That's what I have earned. That is the most precious commodity. Isn't it? Time.
No matter how rich.
So the fact that I get to sit here.
I know. And that you were able to see, and here's what I'm learning. So I'm supposed to go speak to the school on the 31st of March.
Shut up. How
they closed
it. Oh, they
canceled.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can go into that whole thing.
I know. But I'm excited because I'm going to go to my old stomping grounds, FPC, and I try to have to sleep too. And I was having actually a little bit of a restless night, and I had bullet pointed what I would say. And one of the things I was going to say was, who in this room wants to be a millionaire? Rather rhetorical, right? Boom. It's a marketing class. I guess they're super gifted kids. I wasn't gifted, but whatever. I'll still love them anyway. So I said, who in this room wants to be a millionaire? I'm sure they're all going to raise their hand. I'm going to say, who in this room knows how long it's going to take?
Mm-hmm.
Let it chill, marinate for a hot minute. And then I'm going to say, I hope it's okay that I'm gonna because I'm gonna curse in the thing at this class because they're already doing it anyways.
High schoolers.
But I'm gonna say enjoy the fucking ride.
Yeah.
Because literally from 17 to 25, anxious idiot, head to toe, hated. I was always never chilling.
Yeah. I was like 28 when I was like, oh my God, my mom really knew what the hell she was talking about.
Mama Dukes used to preach this. I love your mother already. What would she say? What was her vernacular?
I mean, I know she's watching.
Is she watching?
Oh, I'm sure.
Hi, Mama.
Yeah.
What do you go by? Is it a mommy? I've been calling
she's
my mom.
Am I
just a mom, good old fashioned mom?
Well, pretty much she was a single mom. So.
Oh, you were raised by a single mom?
Yeah, I was raised by a single mom. She was married like 4 times.
You want to go there? You want to time travel? Let's time travel for a minute.
Oh my God.
Come on.
No, she'll probably kill me.
Let's do it. No, it's a story. How many brothers?
Well, so my mom and so my mom and my father, my biological father, my mom and Ricky, they were high school sweethearts.
Okay.
They got married. They were married for like 4 or 5, 6 years.
Are we in Arkansas
or something in
Did
Arkansas?
We just land in our time traveler?
This is where it started.
Boom.
In Arkansas. My mom and my real dad, Ricky, got married. They were married 4 or 5 years, and they had me. And then he ended up being stationed in Germany, and then that's where we moved. After I was born in Killeen, Texas. Then we moved to Germany. Then they split.
Got you.
And my mom came home, and then my mom raised me. She got married when I was 4. She got divorced when I was 8. She got married when I was like 12, 13-ish, something like that. That didn't last very long. And then she married my stepfather, who recently passed away, who was the most influential. And
God bless.
Yeah, they were married for like 16 years. So, yeah.
So pivotal character.
So, I had a lot of that going on. Yeah. Like
brothers, sisters?
Nope. Oh, well, see how it gets deep just like that. Okay.
We're skiing in it.
So, no, I was raised as an only child.
Okay.
But my real father, Ricky,
yes,
who I didn't know, he wasn't involved in my life like that. He went on to marry someone else, and he had 2 girls. So I had 2 half sisters. La-di-da-di-da.
La-di-da-di-da. That was, are you in communication with them to this day?
Okay, so I did not know them growing up because I didn't have contact with him.
Okay.
So
this is good. I love this.
So I actually, when I got married to Jonathan, my real father, Ricky, flew in for the wedding.
That's special.
Okay. I had not seen him since I was,
Did you lose it in a good way?
No, I mean, I didn't really know him like that.
Were you angry?
I just really didn't know him like that, you know. I mean, it was just kind of like I didn't know him like that, you know. I had my stepfather was giving me away at my wedding.
That was Dawn.
That was who,
because you were really close to him at that point.
Me. Yeah, he'd been there.
Can we hover there for a minute? Because this is really interesting. Because I'm doing a lot of chitty chats right now with someone who just kind of reignited a relationship with their father, their biological father, after 30 years of MIA.
Wow.
And it is an extremely, this is from the outside in, I don't know, but very multidimensional.
Yeah.
I'm learning in the 30 nothings that family and politics and not like government politics, family are way more than red and blue.
You know, honestly, and to each their own, I don't think, I'm glad that I didn't have that in and out with my real father every other weekend, summers. You know what I mean? I'm glad that I didn't have to go through that.
That's a powerful statement. Really?
You know? Yeah. You know, I think it turned out better this way. Maybe, I don't know. So, you know, so I didn't know him, so I really don't have any feelings towards him. Now, my sister, that's through him, that's a different story.
Biological.
You know? Yeah, she's my half sister. So anyway, we reconnected in our late 20s, and we're just like the Facebook friend type. Yeah. And she owns a boutique.
I remember you telling me that part.
Yeah. So, you know, she would check in with me at hurricanes and stuff, you know, and like it was kind of back and forth. And mind you, have another sister too. She lives in Montana.
Okay.
So we were all kind of just on Facebook or whatever. And when I got offered this deal on this space next to the bar, and I told Mark, I was like, I'm going to open another business. And he's like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, honestly, I don't know, but we're going to figure it out. So I reached out to Jessie on Facebook. That's my sister. And I was like, I know it may sound really weird, but can I just like fly in and pick your brain about your business all week through the weekend? And she's like, sure, absolutely. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I just thought I would stay in a hotel, and I ended up staying with her.
Right.
And her husband is a cop, and my husband, so we have a lot of similarities, like right off the bat. She was gracious to open her home to me, and we just literally talked business the whole weekend. And I went home and I told Mark, I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to open a store.
How long until idea to the actual birth did that marinate and incubate in the noggin? Like, were you say, like, you thought about it, was it a year?
Are we talking about the store here?
Yeah. The boutique, was it like?
Yeah. Well, the guy offered me a good deal on the space in like January or something, like, and then I was like, I've got Haley going off to college.
Okay.
Chase just got on with the sheriff's department, and that's a whole nother world.
You're becoming a free nester. Is that what they call it? Your nest is free again or whatever. Okay.
Well, I was like, I just want to take a year off. The bar's doing good. I don't have to be there slaving every day. Right. It's like, let me relax a little bit. Well, yeah, Portia never relaxes. So after Haley went off to college and Chase moved out, him and his girlfriend, I was like empty nesting. So I needed something to keep me busy.
Now, was hubby super supportive, or he's like, woman, slow down?
Oh my God. My husband is
just like, let's do this thing.
He is like my biggest cheerleader.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He's awesome.
He
was like, you're crazy, but babe. And if
you want to do
blood, sweat, and tears, he helps me. He's my handyman. He lays my floors. He
can do all that stuff.
Oh, he can do everything, dude.
Yeah, I can't do anything. I admire those kind of guys.
Yeah, it's crazy. I asked him all the time, I'm like, dude, you know something about everything. Like, he can build whatever. Like, he built all my tables in the bar.
So all that stuff. Oh,
awesome.
Even in the boutique, that's all his like handyman stuff.
Yeah.
God bless.
I know.
So you're just like, do this, do that.
Yeah. And I have a painter that's been with me for a long time. He's one of my regulars in the bar. Shout out to Marco. And so he's done, like, every time I open a business, Marco comes in and does all my painting. So
this has been, was it been 3 months, 4 months? How long has the boutique been open?
The one in Flagler is open January.
It opened in January.
Yeah.
So we're like hot, fresh. 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah. And I hadn't had the other one open but maybe like 7 or 8 months.
Are they kind of the same job? Because I haven't been in the one in Palm Coast. No. Do tell. What's the difference? What's
what's the difference between beachside and mainland?
True. So it's like the clothes is more, well, first of all, this caters to like the chicas for the most part.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And the one in the Palm Coast.
The girls and the dogs.
Yeah, the dogs.
Or just cats or whatever. Girls and our pets.
Yes.
Because
it's
what makes the world go around.
Do you have, I forget, you have any pets yet?
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, I have a dog. A Havanese. He's a rescue.
A Havanese?
Havanese.
I don't even know
oh
that.
My God, he's freaking adorable. And I was going to ask if I could bring him because he comes to the store sometimes.
He'd be more than welcome. I have 2 rescue dogs. I don't know what they are, but they think that they are Tyrannosaurus Rexes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they won't do anything, but they will act so big and bad, and they're a pain in the butt. Actually, speaking of which, I usually leave them out. But what I've noticed is, I have haters that still don't think we're like live. They don't.
Why does that even matter?
I don't know, but people are like, there's no way it shows live, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, the reason why I don't is because we're live, and if someone comes to the door, they'll go Cocoa Puffs, and then it just kind of, not that it really matters. I told you this show. Are you feeling good, by the way? Because I told you almost like kind of forget you're going for it. Like this is
great.
it. I sometimes don't even know if we're still alive, but I am enjoying this very much because here's where things get even more fun. Where do you do like a lot of your own benchmarking? Like, I'm in the next 6 months, this is what I want to do. Wow. I stopped doing that. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I just stopped because I try to be as much like Peter Pan as possible. So I'm trying to just free, which I probably should get a little more like.
What's your sign?
I don't know.
Shut the fuck up.
I really don't. I don't know what my sign is.
How do you not know what your sign is, Camille?
I'm April 19th, 1984. What does that make me? Can I be I
don't know.
I
want to say a Taurus, but I could be wrong.
You have to look at something?
Oh my God. What do you?
I don't do it.
What do you mean?
I don't do the signs thing. I'm not knocking it. I just don't do it.
Okay.
I just want to be whatever the best one is.
Okay. Well,
is there a best
there's
one?
not a best one. I mean, I'm an Aquarius, and we are pretty
so
cool.
What is that?
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe
yours
this.
is good. What would
I
be?
know Camille has to know. Your
She probably
sign
knows. Look at all the rocks.
A girl doesn't date a guy if we don't.
Rocks and signs go hand in hand. I got her a big rock the other day, or stone, whatever you guys call them. Let's say you. Boom shakalaka, publicist in the house. Am I an Aries?
Okay, then you're an Aries.
What's that mean?
Well, you have to look it up on your phone. I don't know,
well,
but I guarantee you, if you look up what an Aries is, it will describe you to a T. Anyway.
Like hairy chest, no shirt.
No, sir.
All the most important qualities
like
of a person.
What type personality are you?
I mean, and as time will tell, but what do you think how do you feel so far? Do you look for every reason not to like someone, or do you look for every reason to like someone?
I look for a reason to not like someone. Yeah.
Is that? I think it's
I'm not like super
protector
what's
of your
the word?
emotions.
Shielded, guarded.
Yeah.
You know, kind of.
Fierce bitch.
I have like 5 friends.
That's good. You keep it.
Absolutely.
I joke with a very dear friend of mine it's funny because this adulting thing is unique where I love to tell people straight up, like, listen, I'm a wanter. I don't need you.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. And I think that helps relationships from the very beginning state like where you are. I don't give 2 shits about your political views, your religious views. I don't care about any of that. Just know that I don't need you. I'm going to be happy without you. And a lot of people don't like that.
Yeah.
And whether I say it literally or figuratively, or it's just my demeanor, my point is that I've had to get this far by my own, and I will continue to pursue. And everything in addition is, you know how fast you say extraordinary? Like you say extraordinary. You have to slow it down. Extraordinary.
True.
So relationships like this are extraordinary in my eyes. So now I want this, but I think I'm preaching to the choir over here. You don't need me.
Right.
And now, God forbid, I get eaten by. I'd like to die in the ocean, by the way. I'm putting that in the universe.
Yeah.
Not like.
You're going to get stung by a stingray?
No, not that one. I know you got stung by a stingray. You've been touched by Poseidon himself.
It's funny you say
I'm actually a little jealous, but I don't want it.
No.
Like if it happened, it happened. But you really got stung. It's not even stung. That shit is like, yeah, in the leg.
In the side of my foot. Yeah.
I love when you shared that story, by the way.
You're welcome.
I have not yet to
Why
have.
were we even talking about?
I don't know. I walked up to you. You were outside. Well, like you saw this hairy chest, no shirt man. I see this beautiful woman sitting on her chair in this shop. I didn't know it was going to be you. I just always assume that you're never there.
You just wave at us.
Hello. And you were there. And then
That's
I was a distance because I was at Fishco. And
Yep.
you were at your store.
Chilling
And
outside in the
you got
chair.
such style too, by the way.
Oh yeah,
you had that like white flowy thing. It was like
it was a dress.
Is that what they call
and it was white. It was very basic.
But you have that comfy, sexy look.
Oh, thanks.
Those are hard to mix sometimes.
Okay.
And you got it. So I was like, who's no? So we were walking. Camille was settling up the bill for Vroom. We walked up, and then I don't know.
And she shopped with me.
Yeah.
And then she had the little kimono and had it on Instagram. She's so cute.
She loves your store. So I always forget that you guys have met a few times, but she said that you guys had met a while back because she was buying some doodads in there.
At the other store. I think I met her at the other store.
She met her at the store number 1?
Yeah.
Is it the same name?
Yeah, it's County Road and Company.
Oh, yeah, that's the problem.
I grew up on County Roads. That's kind of where that came
from. But you were going to do 2 Facebook pages, blah, blah, blah. You kept it to 1.
Yeah, so just keep it on 1, right?
Keep it 1.
Social media is a lot, and I hate it.
I know. Are you doing it all your own?
Yeah. Look.
Get it, girl. Hit it.
Hey, and I've got a lot of, friends that are in that social media game, and I wish I had the money to pay them that kind of money. But it's just like, whew, I'm trying to hold on to all these dollars because I feel like we're about to hit a recession.
You think so?
Oh, man.
I'm feeling it.
You know what? And I didn't even think
Here we go.
I didn't think it was
two.
about Corona. Like, I wasn't thinking about
go.
that. I was like, well, Trump's probably going to get reelected, and then it'll probably be like a yearish after that.
Okay.
Dang, I think we're here.
I think we're in it.
Yeah. And, I'm the one that like holds off. You know what I mean?
So
like,
what do we do now?
Fucking ride it out. What do you, yeah. Yeah, that's great.
I was talking with a guy yesterday, and he asked me because I was letting him in I'm starting to try to look for more and more people that have done what I'm trying to do before me. That's common sense.
Say that again.
Trying to get people in my little group where I'm asking for advice for those that have done it before me.
Gotcha.
You know, so I was sitting down with somebody yesterday who I admire, and he was kind of seeing where I'm at, and he basically asked me, like, what are your revolving costs of living? And this is by no means a bragging thing, but I don't have anything.
That's awesome.
I'm just and I didn't know this was going to happen this way. I've always been broke in a good way. Like, I don't owe anybody anything. Yeah. And I think when I presented the dollar amount, homie was like, there's no way. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is it. Everything above that is extraordinary, right?
Yeah,
like if I want to go do this or that, I don't need any of that. But
you're buying the time.
I'm broke. In a good, but
you're
you know
getting
what I mean?
time.
Like, yeah. Meaning I don't owe anybody anything, and I got time. But there's. So I guess what I'm saying is that if we're heading towards it, you think we're in it already? Are we supposed to buy stocks? Let's pretend we're financial advisors.
No, well,
all right, everybody, buy stocks.
It's funny. I thought I was going to get into stocks like about a year ago. I mean, I do watch the stock market, and and I do have stocks.
You do the stock world?
I just kind of dabble in it. I love listening to podcasts all the time. So it was probably 2 years ago, and I listened to this podcast, and they were saying something like, it was about stocks and how you should just think about it as where you purchase. Like, that's what you should buy. So I'm like, okay, let me just do my own portfolio type thing. And I did
wine, clothes,
Ulta.
Oh.
So I bought, and dude, Ulta is really up right now.
See? Girls need to look good when we're broke.
Yeah, but I drop a lot of money at Ulta.
Do you? Are you
Nike? Because my stepkids wear freaking spin drop mega.
That's actually really. I never thought about it's like me with seltzers. I drink 5,000 seltzers a day.
Do you?
Oh yeah, Camille hates it. She tells me that it's eating my bones. I don't think so.
Seltzer alcoholic seltzer?
No.
Oh,
come on.
If you're not drinking
5,000 alcoholic seltzers, no, these are just club sodas in a can. She won't let me get the glass ones anymore. She's my dietitian. It's funny because if you say that in a crowded environment and you tell someone you have a dietitian, they kind of look at you funny. Must be nice. I
wish I had a dietitian.
See? Boom. Well, she's mine, and I'm the club sodas or whatever you want to call them. Supposedly are not good for you, but I mean, come on, that's my vice. But my point is, I should buy stock in it because I'm
yeah. I mean, I have coffee in the morning and wine at night.
Can we here's something interesting I love asking people. What's a day is Portia? You wake up, are you coffee first? Do you hydrate first? Really?
Yeah.
Just straight coffee? You don't get a headache?
No. What do you mean? I have to go straight from my bed to the coffee pot, and my husband, who is wonderful and literally has my coffee set up for me. He never misses a beat. And when I tell you that, it's been that way for 5 years. Even when I just used to spend the night at his house, he would go to work, he would always have my coffee made. So he's awesome.
Bed, coffee.
Yeah, bed, coffee. Sit out. I got 30 minutes to watch my news. I check my bank accounts. I check my emails. I do all that kind of stuff. I kind of set the intention for the day. I walk the dog, come back. Sometimes I got my stepson that I have to take to school.
Hold on, pump brakes. Where's breakfast? You're one of those?
Well, I usually will grab eat a banana or something on the way into work.
You really are going. Are you going?
I mean, I do my yoga and then upstairs, and then I kind of grab a banana on the way out.
Or are you smelling the roses, or are you just?
No. By the time my feet hit the ground, it's nonstop.
It's fun.
Once I get my coffee in me and I have that good hour in my dog walk and kind of set my intentions for the day, then it is nonstop. Until
as long as you're happy, you're good with this.
Yeah, because I like to be in bed by 9 o'clock.
You're like that.
Yeah,
well, that's why we do
10
that.
10 is pushing it.
9 in bed. 9 in bed with phone.
No.
Really?
No. I come home.
TV
I come home. I might work another 30 minutes, maybe just doing my numbers for the day and things like that, and then it's done.
These numbers. It's fascinating to me when you run a business that actually has variation in income. Do you have a system? I know this sounds like such a naive question because I'm sure you do and everybody does, but you log on and you see all right, the bar did this today and the shop did this. Yeah.
Well, I have apps on my phone, so I'm constantly watching all the numbers all day.
Do you have video cameras?
I do.
Are you a eye in the sky?
I'm not. I do watch the bar a lot, obviously, because you have to, but and it's funny. Like, you see some shit going on. I mean, I like to sit down with a couple glasses of wine. I ain't gonna lie,
You have your own show.
Yeah, like it's
Is
funny.
it audible?
No, there's no audio, which makes it even better because you can make up your own shit. Yeah.
I know a lot of my friends are doing the eye in the sky because when I'm there, I get a text. And they text me and they're like, looking good.
Mine is just the funny, the funniness that goes on. I've got a good team. I really do.
Do you have any crazy, like, I'm sure you do, but do you have like a funny, not funny, but a horror story of like people? Do you have a lot of fights at the bar?
Me?
I know.
No. We don't we don't allow the shit bags in.
Boom. How do you
we take care of that. Yeah.
It's taking time.
It's taking time. I mean, it's a constant. You know what I mean? So yeah.
What do you have? Like,
we're known for being a good bar.
Of course, that I know. But I'm saying,
and we don't have liquor, so that's a whole.
I always forget that part.
Yeah.
And
we have fun beers. Like I brought you fun beers. I can't wait for you to try a couple.
Very excited. Is that like a Portia?
I like put it together, and I was like going to go through it with you, and like. Each beer kind of has a little bit of significance. Yeah, or we could chat about it,
Give me one of them. What did you give me in there?
Oh, one of them is the Lawn Chair IPA. It's super good, and it just kind of reminded me of you because you're always wearing the short shorts and no shirt. It's like super lawn chair.
It will be a good like fun in the sun.
Yeah, it's super light. It's an IPA, but it's super light.
I used to be on those IPAs.
Yeah,
but they get you. They hurt you if you don't pay attention.
Yeah, I'm not much of a beer drinker.
Yeah, they're fun. Like I had one yesterday after soccer. One. Because I had a show today.
I feel so bad. I didn't know you were like sticking to it like that. Like,
it's not your fault. It's my fault. Camille knows this. I have a disease called quantity control. Mm-hmm. Like I can't, like for instance, if she brings home a lot of anything, I need, go ahead now. You want a little bit more? Girl. Do you need ice or anything? Are you good?
No.
Okay. I can't portion control anything. You know?
Food or alcohol?
Yeah, both.
Oh, that's how I'm with candy.
You're a candy girl?
Yeah. And wine. I can't really control.
Are you red or white wine? White?
Yeah. And I can't find a red wine that I like. But all my girlfriends drink red wine and they're like so classy. And I'm like, oh, look at you guys.
I don't know names of wines and stuff, but I can tell you that one of these days I would like to treat you.
You want some of this? You don't want none of this. No, that has vodka in there.
You can't mix?
Yeah, you
give me a little topper.
Oh my God.
I've got a wine at Turtle that I would like to treat you to that I enjoy.
I'm gonna have to go by there now that I just know.
You're gonna love it.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe your new secret spot. Do you have a local like spot that you
Scruffs? Yeah, no, I love it. You know, it reminds me of kind of
you don't have food.
We don't have food because we have smoking.
Yeah. Are you like the only smoking bar in Palm
Yeah,
Coast?
we're like one of the two.
How do you deal with you're a smoker though.
I'm not a smoker.
You're not?
I'm not a cigarette smoker, no.
I thought you were gonna smoke during the show. Can you? Do you want to?
No, I'm not a cigarette smoker.
No,
I don't want to smoke. I'm good.
All right, I'm just saying. I think I shared that with a friend or two that you were going to, but you have your card.
I do.
It's fantastic. I think it's great, and it's what's happening. I was telling somebody this story the other day. I was on my way. I had lived out of my car for a while, and willingly, I needed it. Needed to strip myself of vanity. And from Florida to California, I drove there. And from California back, I drove back. And on the way back, I'll let it out. I mean, I've always drank and smoked. And I was on my way back. We were just getting out of California, I think. And my cousin and I were in the car, who he basically lived with. We did this adventure together. And we were smoking a joint on the way back. And I was probably 22-ish, maybe. And I'll never forget. We thought we were in the clear. Because it was like very deserty, like we're out of here. Mm-mm. And we didn't have that much on us to begin with, but we're on the way. And I'll never forget, it was a makeshift like stop, like in the middle of
like a Cheech and Chong.
Oh, it was so scary. Yeah, but it was no movie when you're in it. Okay, I was the cast member, and this shit was
going
horrible.
down.
I can remember like it was yesterday, the feeling.
Oh my God.
So we're smoking the joint, the windows are down, sunroof is open, and not to mention, I'm living out of my car. At this point, it had been maybe like, I don't even know, almost 3 months ish. And we're heading back. I think I didn't know this, but I'm going to be moving to Costa Rica in like net 30 days at this moment.
Okay.
So now I'm on my way back and the joint is lit. And there I see this this like makeshift patrol stop, and they're always scary. You ever notice that, how cops are so, and God bless them, I love and respect all of our officers. I'm the guy, I was talking to a neighbor the other day. I'm the kind of guy, when I get pulled over or I'm met with law enforcement, I'm scared because I respect you.
Yeah,
I'm not like
look,
what it is, bro.
Right,
like I'm scared as shit. So
you ask me to do something, 100%. I'll do it, no problem.
So I'm like, I'm bending over. They're not even asking me.
Absolutely.
I'm like, whatever you need.
See, it's that easy.
Ashpect. So now I'm arriving. There's 2 or 3 cars already stopped, and I know it's about to get real. So the joint had already been thrown out, but of course, come on. I'm like, it's in me, on me. Now my cousin is reclined playing dead. I'm so pissed at him. I remember we were at Linkin Park. Remember Linkin Park's like first album that like,
yeah.
And I like lower it. That's another thing too.
Calling him. That's good. Yeah.
So that's going on, and I'm like, Nick, like be with me, because help. Nope. He's pulling the coma. Roll up. I will never forget. And they're all geared up. They're not normal cops. They're all like super swatty. Right. Like, yeah, they're always sexy and ripped. And I'm like, no. So the dude goes, you know how whatever their dialogue is, like, I'm going to, any drugs or firearms in this car, sir? I didn't even say sir, but whatever. And I was like, no, sir. And I had it in drive still. I remember my foot was on the brake, and I'm thinking, oh my God. And he's like, I'm going to ask you this. And as he's saying that, the dog is going around, and I'm freaking out. I'm done. I'm literally about to give my soul away, because I'm like, I'm honest. Right. So the guy goes again, I'm going to ask you this one more time. Is there any blah, 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 blah? And I literally go to put it into park, because I was going to just say, 100%.
100% what? You threw it out the window.
I start to put it in park. I'm looking at my cousin. I want to kill him. I don't know why I'm mad at him. I'm just mad at him. He's getting my anger, because I feel like this is his fault. Right. It's not. And the guy goes, get out of here. And I'm thinking, oh my God. So I'll never forget. We drove until I felt like we were far enough away. And my cousin hated me for this, but we took the remnants of what we did have. We had just a little bit, but I stuffed the bag in a peanut butter jar. So every time we went to go smoke, my cousin was so mad at me. Every single time we went to go smoke, we had to like take it out of this peanut butter. And I'm like, I know, but I was okay. That was like the least we could do. But my point is, I love that we're now heading in this new, I guess Daytona's decriminalized. Is that true?
Yeah, the last I heard. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How long have you had your card?
Well, it was coming up on a year now. I never really thought about it as medically, because I was like kind of like the same as you, like in college. It was like, in those 20-ish years. I never really thought about it from a medical standpoint, but yeah, it's a real thing.
It's a huge medical thing. Yeah. We were just right now.
I mean, even for, cancer, cancer, people 100%. Like that, but it's all the whole spectrum. I feel like,
even if you don't have anything going on, just the say, like for your inflammation. Now, listen, no joke. It's been probably since I've started this show, I haven't been smoking.
Good for you.
But I miss it. I don't know, because once again, that anxious idiot is right here. He's right there, ready to like wake up anytime. And he can wake up and.
I don't want to call my person like an anxious idiot. I don't
that's
know
what I need to call mine. You don't need to call him yours. Yours. Mine is an anxious idiot.
My inner like battle is, not doing enough, not being good enough, not doing enough.
In relations to what?
Just like, I just feel like that's my anxiety. Like that's my voice talking to me like all the time. Like I'm really afraid to fail. See? Like if I sit on the couch and, watch TV during the day, or I take a day off, like I've got that voice in me saying, you are, you're worthless. It's not the weekend. Like,
That's,
so that was total squirrel moment, there you go.
No, that's not squirrel moment. I have to call that guy anxious idiot, because I have the same thing. It's weird. I think all of us can relate to it, whether you're independent or you're working for Jeff Bezos. Yeah. You're an anxious idiot. And you know why I think people are going crazy about that ridiculous, no reason post that I made with the beach photo? That I posted the picture, and the comment was just, no one has any idea what we're doing. No one really has any clue.
No.
So the oldest person is 100 years old.
What's the saying? You're only as good as the last 24. So.
That's our chief Downey. He taught me that. You're only as good as your last 24. And he had nothing to do about your financials. No. It was just a human being. You're only as good as your last 24. But here's my point. No one has any freaking clue, man. Has any clue. I mean, some have tapped into a higher frequency of revenue. That's great. But you still have no idea what you're doing. No. You may have perfected a formula. You may have
You can only play the cards that you are dealt.
Bingo, bango. And let me tell you something. The day someone tells me where the sperm whales migrate and where they eat, that's something fascinating to me.
Yeah.
But we don't know. Tell me how the pyramids were made. We don't know. Tell me what's going on in space. We don't know. And I guess that's what makes me, no matter who I meet, and I've been blessed with meeting some pretty successful people lately. And if you want to consider it successful, meaning that they've got, like, lack of better words, and part of my vernacular, but they got fuck you money. And I know that because they didn't tell me about it. I admire that. Yeah. I don't have fuck you money.
I don't have fuck you money.
But I've learned when I do, because it's going to happen, you won't know.
Oh, well, I've been through the ebbs and flows. I've been on this side. I've been on that side. Like, come on.
But you noticed, absolutely. Have you noticed? I'm sure you have.
When I bought the bar, dude, I had $1,000 to my name.
That's
$1,000 to my name. I left 401k. I left paid vacation. I left a Fortune 500 company. Yeah.
Scary leap, isn't it?
You know what? It really wasn't.
Well,
because after I lost Aiden already and like been through all that with Jonathan, it was like, if I can have any part in controlling what, the destiny here that I'm creating, or my day to day, even my day to day, if I have the majority card in that, that's what I'm going to do to have that majority hold.
You make me happy. You see, this is why I'm doing this.
And so I struggled when the kids were little, and I took that year off work, and then I dumped my retirement into a new business. It was just chance after chance after chance.
Are you in a position now where you would say, obviously we want to increase our revenue? Like, we all want to get that.
Well, I've scaled my bar,
right,
and now I'm ready to sell.
We're going there.
Yeah. Well,
I've been trying to. Can we tango?
Yeah.
Want to talk about it?
Sure.
Or sound?
Yeah. No,
let's
absolutely.
Do it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be a restaurant broker.
So it's like an ebb and the flows of the business.
So as of right now,
timeline versus
Portia
reality
is visiting the idea. I'm catching you at this wonderful metamorphosis stage. I admire you.
I know it is. I am in a very metaphor.
God keeps putting me in positions where I seem to keep meeting people right as they have and/or are finding out what color their wings are as a butterfly.
Or maybe it's vice versa, and we're getting involved with you because you're really finding out what you're.
Well, that means a lot to me.
You know what I'm saying?
That way.
Yeah.
Maybe I am. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess the reason
we're just going to being our normal day-to-day selves. You're the one that's growing.
But I guess
reaching out
to throw back the ball of compliment, people like you, which is happening more because there's not too many things that I say rhetorical and in a prayer, but when I'm dancing and I'm shirtless out at the beach, I do ask God to send me like-minded people.
Yeah.
And meaning like-minded, not because they need to think like me and want to love soccer. Like, literally, I think I've accepted more recently than not that I know that I'm not going to necessarily win here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I'm okay with the fact that I'm going to come in second place. I'm not, that remember like Mario Kart? Did you ever play Mario Kart?
Yeah.
But Mario Kart had the.
I was like Nintendo era.
Yeah.
But
Super Nintendo.
No.
Oh, you stopped.
You're way younger than me.
Well,
yeah,
true.
I have played Mario Kart, yes, but it's kind of frustrating. But I played old school Nintendo. But yes, I'm with you.
There's first, second, third, and the podium is very.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay with knowing that I won't necessarily here in this era, maybe not come out first, but bet my shorts will be the shortest. And I know that I'm going to be, I've been telling people this too. I feel like Michael Jordan with a bad jump shot. You know?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, man, no, I'm totally not about winning or having it all. I just want to stay in my lane. I want to be able to spend time with my family, travel when I want, and have a mimosa at 11 o'clock in the morning. That's winning.
Yeah. And I love that you just said stay in my lane. Your lane.
Yeah, I do. I stay in my lane.
How long did it take you to figure that out? That's new to me.
know what? I hate to keep going back to it, but when you lose a child, like your whole world reshapes.
You learned then. I guess it's not even like.
I mean, it's a slow mold.
I'm sure,
what I'm saying? Right. But yeah,
it's like being in a kiln.
Your perspective on everything changes.
So I'll never forget. This was not too long ago, less than 5 years ago. My dad told me that term, that saying, "Stay in your lane," because I am absolutely guilty of being an older brother of 2 other siblings.
Okay.
The oldest of the whole family, and whatever heritage you is, I'm sure we all agree. But being an Italian, like I just always got involved in everybody's mix. Makes sense. Like I was like, okay, you need a little bit more salt. You need some pepper. And then my dad, after them not putting the pepper and the salt in, and I'm like, what are you doing? You have to put the pepper in. My dad teaching me slowly but surely, stay in your lane. Are you getting hit with this glare, by the way?
No.
I can see it. Yes, you are.
Am I?
Don't lie to me.
No.
Is that better? Staying in your lane was a big one for me. To just basically shut up, like stop, focus on your house.
Yeah.
Then another thing that my dad taught me, which was pivotal, was allowing people to grow. So for instance, let's say you didn't like me. Let's say I make pretend, and using just me as an example, like let's say I walked into your shop and I like broke something and I didn't pay for it. Just whatever character that would be, a schmuck dick. Yeah. And you're like, who is this guy? Not only is he sure listening to this, and he broke my stand and he didn't even buy it. Like you could at least offer. You probably wouldn't even let me give you money, but you would at least if I offered to say, hey,
no, you have a total wrong impression of me. I'm sorry. We can't let that go.
You have it already on a chart. It is $79.99.
Excuse me, sir, with no shirt. Sir, you
come here.
Come back. Yeah.
So point is, imagine if I was a schmuck dick and I leave. I've learned now in that moment, even though when I'm unfortunately, this world does have a lot of them. You got to let them grow too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was hard for me.
Yeah.
To let people go through their own growth.
Yeah.
And my definition of good doesn't necessarily have to be the dictation of what it is, but just treat people right.
Yeah.
So if you didn't pay Portia for something you broke, you're just a jerk. I'll fight that tooth and nail. But if you don't, I have to learn now to still love you. That's I love you so much. But we do.
I mean, I'm not spewing hate. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm not saying you got to ask him over for margaritas. I'm just saying that you have to let them, for instance, put it this way. I'm the last person, and those that talk to me habitually know this. I'm the last person you want to call and tell me that you got offense with someone and you feel like someone owes you an apology, because I'm going to tell you to apologize, and they're going to go, I didn't do anything. I'm going to go, don't matter.
Yeah.
Set yourself free.
Yeah.
And all those that I've crossed, whether it was, all of it's been inadvertently, but if I've ever crossed you, bet before that pillow hit the bed, you've gotten a love note from me saying and this is how I state it, because I tell people this. If you feel someone owes you an apology, you start it. And how I put it, everyone gets the same 2 sentences. I have a spiritual and a moral obligation.
Yeah.
I don't even want to do this. I have no qualms even telling people I don't want to do it. I have to do this because I now need to be set free, and I want no social, spiritual, any kind of debt.
Yeah.
And the minute you do that, you're free and it's clean.
Oh yeah.
You're clear. Would you?
Yeah, I don't carry weight.
I could tell you don't carry.
I don't carry weight at all.
I love that.
I'll always be nice to everybody all the time. And believe me, I've done some hiring and firing, and you know.
Got 5 in your airplane though. Remember I talked about flight pass?
Yeah.
You got your airplane. You have 5 on your boarding. You got a big jet though. You only let 5 in. It's good.
Okay, maybe 10.
You got 10?
But yeah.
How many do you have in first class compared to the whole airplane? I don't need the exact
5.
numbers.
Yeah.
5 in first class.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Yeah, I mean, like my circle, like I said, my circle is really tight. Like it's super, super, super tight. Even though some of one of my girlfriends has moved off to Jersey, but and she was one of our original, and we're all connected, like, by family or by, really involved with Aiden. One of my girlfriends was Aiden's teacher in preschool, and then
you guys still chitty chat?
Oh, we're the best of friends.
Powerful.
I went to her wedding. Yeah, we've been friends for 10, 15, however many years it's been.
How many ride or die bitches you got right now?
I got 5, 6.
They're all girls?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really?
Well, I have my who I call my GBF.
What's
Angel?
That acronym?
He's my gay best friend. And
He's
Angel
like
has been with me for we work together.
His name's really Angel?
His name is Angel. Yeah, he lives down in Orlando, and he's awesome.
He's the guy that
Eric, and that's his husband.
You could call him right now and just be like,
absolutely,
I need you.
Absolutely.
He'll tell you if you smell.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love you, Angel.
Yeah, like Angel and I, we go way, way back. You know what I mean? We are super, super
Angel's
close.
In Orlando?
Angel's in Orlando. I always stop by there when I have to go do airport runs. And we always meet for brunch or lunch. Or if you stalk my Facebook, you will see Angel.
I stalked you.
I know that picture you used. I was like, oh my God, that is so old.
Did I do good? Well, what do you want me to do?
I look the same in every picture.
Jeez, you look good in that.
Thanks. That was at Courtney's house, actually. The girl that we were just talking about that moved to Jersey, that was Aiden's teacher, blah, blah, blah.
I was talking to a friend of mine today who doesn't have social media. And
good for them.
I know.
Wow.
Well, I mean, put it this way. God bless him that he doesn't have to, his lifestyle is not contingent on it.
Yeah.
You have to be.
Yeah.
Like if you told me you weren't.
But personally, I'm not on there very much.
No, there's nothing wrong with. Well, I get people that are starting to I'm letting a lot of people in my. For instance, right now you're in my aeroplane, and you're boarded. Here we are. We're locked and loaded, but I don't post online. Like my show, if people listen to the show, I feel like it's their right to know about me getting pulled over with weed in the car. 100%.
Right.
You'll never see me post that. I feel like if you listen to the show, you have every right to know that I was in this geographical location as of recently because it pertained to a story. But I don't post that shit. Right. So there's a fine line with me. But unfortunately, you and I are people that are going to be. If we're not using it, we're knuckleheads for the better.
Well, I think that's kind of how we knew each other,
Yeah, that's how you found me.
How do you, how did you even meet me and how did I meet you? You can meet somebody and you'll be like, oh, we're friends on Facebook and I totally know your whole life.
100%. And you feel at least connected. I guess I don't know. I've learned this too, though. My dialogue and the way that my vernacular is very. I've learned to just be more and more me. You'll never see me say purr in an email.
Yeah.
You'll never hear me say sincerely. You'll hear me use love notes and things. And my point is it's personability.
Absolutely.
But I've noticed even with you have, once again, the people, you've done a very good job in a very short, it's not that long, really, to be honest with you. You've been in the hood. I mean, granted, a decade is not that long.
Yeah, and when I bought the bar in 2012, I didn't move here. I had never heard of even Palm Coast. So when I just saw the bar for sale, we literally drove to Palm Coast and visited the bar undercover that whole week. And we were living in DeLand, Deltona area over there right by Lake Helen and all that. Yeah.
My wife loves DeLand.
Yeah, I do too.
Stetson grad. She loves.
So the first 2 years we commuted.
So let's talk about, we're selling it.
Yeah, I have it on the market. Let's say that,
Are we allowed to talk about that? Or
yeah, absolutely.
Are we getting any
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of knuckleheads?
No, not yet. I'm not getting knucklehead yet, but I had another nibble last week, but they're out of state. And, I know I have to keep the emotions out of it kind of, but then again, it's it's
impossible.
No, I've been back in the bar now this past week, getting in there, and doing my inventory. My manager's going to be.
You got your sneakers in the car?
I got my sneakers in the car. Yeah. And so it's hard to let go of, I know you're supposed to build it and scale it and go. And that was the whole projected path. And I have built it and I have scaled it and grown it.
I grown it all by myself.
Have grown it. And now it's time to kind of let go. I went in with a 10-year plan. I'm on year 8 and,
this is your moment.
We'll see. I want I want a young entrepreneur that's what I want.
Right.
I don't want somebody to come in from out of state and try to just put a manager in place and run it. That's not what it is. We are a locals bar.
Correct.
We have thrived off locals and local bartenders and, I want it to stay that. I'm over 40 years old. I can't hang in this game much longer.
You may meet, like I said, a very dear couple of mine that are here in this area. And they're in that stage where they just sold their really successful business. Their venue is hilarious. Not hilarious, but it's unique. I would have never thought about it. But point is, being able to sit with these people and dine with them and wine with them and to hear their perspective on selling this baby is we're not talking, once again, American Airlines acquiring United Airlines. This is not what we're talking about. We're talking about you've put.
No, I took a small business and I doubled it in revenue, and I know.
Are those some of the stats too?
Oh yeah,
my lady.
Yeah. So it's and I worked it for many years, day in and day out, and behind the bar, and then I expanded it, and now I got pool tables in there, and it's a beautiful space, and I love it. So it's going to be really hard to let go of it if even and the right person has to come along,
Well, there's nothing wrong with being particular about where you do give it off to next, because I know you care about your employees. I know you care about your customers.
I do, yeah.
And it is a very unique position. I mean, you're right. Are you writing a book?
No. Well, we had talked about that. Yeah.
Everybody
says I should write a book. I really should write a book.
At least keep it. I mean, I feel like you have a very good way of being able to recollect.
Yeah. Well, I journal over the years too. So.
You're a journaler?
Mm-hmm.
That's
powerful.
I
like to journal. Yeah.
Have you always done that?
On and off. Yeah.
Do you know the only thing I ever have done is I've written every dream that I've ever remembered down since I was 16.
Really? I don't dream. Lucky you.
You don't dream?
No.
That's actually really sad. I've heard people tell me that.
Because I really am, I would love for Aiden to come visit me. I tell him all that. I'm like, this morning when I was walking the dog and I took a little Snapchat.
Yeah.
There was a little orb there, so I feel like he's around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never have dreams, man.
That's powerful. That's interesting. You're not the first one to tell me that. There are not a lot of you guys. There's a lot of people do dream. But there's not a lot of people that don't dream. It's very interesting. One of my
maybe that means I'm not getting as much sleep as I think I am, or as
what
deep as sleep as I need to.
9,
I like to be in bed by 9, 10 o'clock.
I know. What time you wake up?
Usually about 7. That's just my body clock. 7:30.
Like unprovoked. You're just up. No alarm clock.
No.
No Alexa set timer.
No, Alexa's not in our home.
You want no spies? 7.
Yeah.
You should be. I have this.
I like to have the dog walked by.
We have a dear friend of ours that's kind of into the holistic lifestyle, and Camille is obviously into that. Well, I say obviously, if you don't know, she's like the witch doctor here. She's always into natural remedies. We have this
all
drink.
the essential oils and all that. Yeah, I'm the same way. I got my little rollers. No, I didn't dibble dabble, but
so you can dibble dabble. That's what they're in there for. There is this drink that I've been drinking, and it it's not alcohol. I don't know what it is. And I guarantee the publicist is already like, it's but it's crazy. It really
is it in a red pouch?
No, but that's the other one. That's what this is. That's what this red drink is.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
So there's this other one that I drink right before bed, and it's putting me into some serious REM sleep.
Really?
Waking up a little drowsy.
I mean, I like sleepy time tea. I do drink some sleepy time tea at night.
But I guess I shouldn't tell you this because if you're not even dreaming, then the best kind of dreams that I've ever had, I've had less than 10, more than 5 lucid dreams. Those are powerful. And that.
Did you eat mushrooms?
No, I never have. Do you know I never had mushrooms to this day? I have a handful of people that I'm very close with that do it for not just recreational purposes. I do believe in the medicinal factor as well.
Is there medicinal? Really?
I think so.
For mushrooms?
Yeah.
I don't know about
microdosing. Listen.
I don't know. I
know I'm probably the epitome of a millennial with Rogan, but what Rogan talks about.
How old are you? I'm sorry.
I am 17.
Uh-huh.
No, I'm 35. 36 in April.
Okay.
It's happening. And in soccer years, I'm 4,802.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's me in bartender years. I'm 41, right? Okay, it's when are you going to cut this off?
Right.
It's
funny because but you know what though? I'm not here to just throw compliments at you, but woman, you got it still, at least. Don't knock yourself. You got it. So I'm sure.
So I get home the end of the night, my knees are all swollen. And I'm like, babe, can you get the piece?
Chenzo said I had it, but my knees are bruised. No, I know. Listen. You can't say knees in this house.
I know. Oh, I was listening to the podcast yesterday whenever it was
Becky,
with
Mama Mitchell.
Yes.
And I'm guys
had the conversation on knees.
I've learned it's you never tell your soccer compadres that you're hurt because then you're dead. It's he's hurt.
It's kind of public knowledge.
Yeah, I know. Well, none of those guys listen to the show.
No.
What? Yeah, no. You have to understand this show.
When I found out there was a local podcaster, I was like, "This is the coolest thing ever."
Yeah, but it's not for everybody. I have 99% of my friends and my family do not listen to the show. 110%, guaranteed. I learned that at 17. My first business was clothes. I thought my friends were going to pay and buy shirts. No.
Mm-hmm.
I thought my family was going to, no.
Right.
I'm not trying to sound like, oh, woe is me. No. I'm glad I learned that then.
Yeah.
This show was made for me. I did this because Rogan is a huge inspiration to me.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And I love learning. Like today, literally.
I love learning too.
I've learned once again, there are things like I hope the few things my wife fell in love with me about was one, I told her that I would love her if I was blind. I looked for every reason not to marry her. And one thing that I told her on the daily was like being able to just learn from somebody, you know, and I told her, I'll never really tell you what I love about you because then it wouldn't be involuntary. You follow?
Uh-huh.
So,
that's deep. Okay.
100%. And that came from me from just being genuine.
Right.
I don't, now granted, do I tell her that the way she does this is cute as a button? Yes. But let me tell you something. What I've learned, and it translates down to my daily, is that as I meet with people, which I know it resonates with you, there's something different about people that care.
Yeah.
For every time I see someone walk by me on my boardwalk, I say my boardwalk, but you know what I mean. Hey, how are you? Before I answer, they're already on the beach. They don't care.
Right.
When I ask somebody how they are, I literally am asking you, did you wash your underwear or do you even have any underwear on? That's a big deal because I care and I have the time to to ponder and I have the time to wonder and I care actually if you do or don't because I'm going to find the likelihood. Like what the common, like what do we have in common? It's not, there's a growing scene though. I just met with a neighbor the other day.
Oh, constantly.
She was very kind of like, doesn't have hope in humanity. And I do. I think there's a growing audience.
Oh, I do too.
You're part of it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You're huge.
I try.
Your optimism on life is fantastic.
Hey.
You got it. But I like also too.
I want to just spread good vibes. You know what I'm saying?
Like, spread them, girl. I could feel
it
the minute
you know what, people, don't be an asshole and let's just be kind. It's super, you know.
When you messaged me, didn't I say like call me? I didn't even like message back. I was just like,
yeah, you're like, here's my cell. Yeah.
I couldn't take it. I'm not much of I'll text. People love like I can't get that much emotion because I may say like peen in a text.
Well, did you see what you texted me?
No.
About the dog clothes? And I was like, how does he even know what I'm bringing? But I think you meant to say, text me when you get close. But it said something like dog clothes.
I did the.
That's why.
And I was on the beach.
And I was like, that's awkward. And then I answered you back and go,
Is that why you said okay?
Yes. Did you not read your previous text? Oh my God.
I swear. See, this is why I don't like it because I was like, what is okay? I didn't know. I was like, what is it?
You have to read it that way. Okay.
Okay.
No.
That's how I feel like when you used to write notes, like okay. I used to date a girl that said okay and it pissed me off.
Well, apparently you didn't. Apparently you didn't read the previous text.
I said, let me know when you're close for the dog.
That's not what you said.
Oh my God. So that's why that's when you had sent me that note, which once again, for those that are listening, if there's anybody that is, that text.
Anybody that is.
And we don't, a lot of people ask me like, why don't you answer any questions? Or why don't you? I don't know.
No, that would be distracting.
It gets distracting. And not to mention, we're in light speed. What they're seeing is behind. Well, like we're in the future. So like what we're talking about, they're seeing it like 10 seconds. Yeah, delay.
Okay. There we go. Bring it down on some layman terms for me. Okay, we have a delay. That's all you have to say.
They're seeing what we already did.
The F-bomb and I have to go back in.
No, I wouldn't. I don't think we could edit it because we're live. I do have the haters that think we're not live, but we are live.
Why does it even matter? I don't understand. Listen, why would somebody put energy into that thought?
This is all new to me. I've told Camille, and Camille's learning this too, that it's amazing that I'll bump into people and they'll say, you really should just do something different with this couch.
Oh man, I should have brought the picture.
Why?
I mean, it would take me too long to fill it. But my couch. This is I had this exact couch.
It's falling apart.
Yeah.
I can't see that on camera.
Best couch ever, man.
Covered with hair, can't tell.
Love it.
See these floors? Poop everywhere. You don't even know. That's why we got them.
This neighborhood was super cute.
You like it?
Driving back here, I was like, I never knew any of this existed.
So this hood is a dead end block with cul-de-sac. So this whole town, when someone creeps in, we know we got eyes on you. And the houses, when you pull in, they have the super fancy pants cameras that are in like the bubble, the dome. Do you have bubble dome cameras?
Well, I live with law enforcement. So.
That's great. I have my I have my little.
I have a camera on every.
But he's got. Oh, you do have the good stuff.
Oh, of course.
It's just being monitored by like a thingy thing.
Of course. Of course.
If I was your neighbor, I'd be like, So that's what I love about my neighbors.
Our whole street, man, is on lock like that, though. Oh, yeah.
I love that.
I like our neighborhood.
Sitting down with Mama Mitchell the other day and her telling me that they don't even put the kids' names on the jerseys because of these sick mothers.
Yeah.
You know, not mothers, but I don't want to say the other word. But man, oh man. Are you good, by the way? I told you this would happen. It's 2. Are you good on your time?
Yeah, I'm fine on my time. How long have we been chit-chatting?
I don't know. I think we got live at 12-ish.
Oh my gosh, we're already at 15.
That's how it happens. I'm good if you're good.
I'm perfect.
Do you have any questions for me?
I'm so excited for this magnet.
Do you have anything? Yeah, like your magnet?
So, yeah.
What do you got?
What do you do for a living?
Well, I swim, and it's funny because someone said to me the other day, they go, okay, so but for real, like, what do you really do?
I walk shirtless around town.
Enough. My main source of income, it's not glamorous, but it's just building and nurturing web environments for people.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I just actually cut the cord on my website, people. I know.
Web wars?
No, like I never really kept. I'm telling you, I'm not techie.
Let it out.
Right, I'm not techie. So it was $160 a month. I'm like trimming costs, and I never like updated or. I mean, it was through Habu, and but yeah. So I finally cut the cord. So now I don't have a website. But honestly, I don't know how much traffic. In your
case, this is just Web 101. We're talking web now. And my recommendation catering to your web environment would be this. First of all, Google Places account would be, if you don't already have one of those, that's huge because that's working for you without having to work because it's getting geographic. You have a location.
Yep.
You have a brick and mortar for both now. So that would be major to have. And there's no ongoing cost for that. And I know a guy that would do it for 7 high fives, 1 hug, and 1 walk.
And a beer tab? I'm always throwing a beer tab.
1 beer tab. And you would need both those locations. But then the only thing the site would actually help you out with is those that don't know who you are, that do want to have a good face and brand. Like when we travel and we want to see a menu quickly.
That's true.
Those things. Now, those are catering more to the restaurant, your brick and mortar for the thing. I almost would, as ridiculous as it sounds, this is what I do. Like I give people, I'm not making a lot of money because I would tell you what I would do. Yeah. Right. Your web property should almost just be an Instagram account. I told you this the other day. You are in such a unique industry. Women love looking. There's 2 things that Instagram is used for. And if you don't agree with me, then I don't give a shit. Women,
I don't know enough to not agree
see
with you with social
clothes and puppies and scenery.
Yeah.
Guys want to see titties and ass and beauty. Yeah. Period. And you cater to almost all those. So you should be using Instagram to promote and showcase what it is that you have. You follow? Like, and the only thing I asked you before was I know in the boutique industry, you may not have things that are super habitual, like timeless, like this one earring set may only be that set. That's tough but that even gives more call to action. Like, hey, check these earrings out. But if it's something that you have that's reoccurring, then those are even more like you can have fun with that and keep branding those. Yeah, what is the world like in the boutique world? Do you have shit that's ongoing or is it always changing?
It's always changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that why you had clothes? You said she needs a revamp.
Yeah. Yep. And we did. We remerched the store and it looks really good. So we get new inventory in like every couple of weeks. I go to market.
And this is you.
This is me. I go to market. Yep, I go to market and like Atlanta, Dallas. I've been to market a couple times with my sister, because she owns a boutique in Texas. So we went to Dallas market and shopped together. And they have them in all over Las Vegas, California. And basically you go and you shop for the season that's upcoming.
I remember that.
And then they hopefully, if you play your cards right, it's going to be flowing in during the next season. And but you never
do you kind of keep
right,
a wee bit of a variation of like, I need 4 or 5 variations of shoes, I need 4 or 5 variations of shorts? Or
it's changing every day. I look at reports every day. I look at reports on a weekly basis and kind of see what categories have moved. And then that's what I replace.
Do you know what I think of my novice following hot chicks on Instagram? The shoe game is legit right now.
I know, but I'm not trying to get into the shoe game.
Is it expensive?
Well, you just have to buy so many, and such a big run that you're stuck with like all these.
Yeah.
So
but the studded,
I'm a numbers girl, you know what I'm saying? So it's that ROI that I'm really.
You don't want 37 pairs of one. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I've noticed like even girls are going towards the studded shoe thing now, like the jewels on them.
Yeah,
that's what it's not. I mean,
I
I'm
wear
just going
flip-flops every day.
I know. I don't even have the time. I don't have shoes on, but
or Toms. If it's cold,
you're a Toms girl.
Oh yeah,
I love that company. I remember when they just had started, and I remember like this guy's on it. This guy's that I picked up the Toms when I started my second wave of retail. I started with buy one jar get one free. That was my little thing because my jars had baby clothes in them, and if you bought one jar,
baby clothes.
Yeah, you never want to quick.
Yeah.
17, anxious idiot. I want to get rich. Cousin comes to visit me. I already knew I wasn't going to go to school.
Smoke a joint and get a brilliant idea.
This actually was a sober one, I think. Maybe a couple drinks in a cul-de-sac. Cul-de-sac is how we grew up around here. So, but no, all my friends are going to school. I passed high school with like a 1.75-ish. I literally think, I don't know to this day, but I almost guarantee you the administration, because I begged and cried, I think they just let me go because I think you needed a 2.0. And I had like a 1 point something. And I remember being like, can you just let me go out?
They're like, get his
I'll never forget. I was actually taking a walk all by myself. And I said, God, if you could only tell me one thing, which I'm so glad he didn't, because I have so many more things I need to know. And he's never said anything yet. So I haven't wasted my one token if he can. But I remember thinking or saying like, crying, weeping, like, God, please just let me know if I'm going to graduate high school. I remember that.
Really?
That was it. That's all I cared about. I was not going to pass. I wasn't going to walk. And I remember it was going to be the most embarrassing thing in all the world. I already knew that I wasn't the.
You just what? You just didn't enjoy it? Were you like
now
ADHD or what was it?
Looking back on it, I didn't apply myself.
Right.
My teachers used to say, you have to try to fail. And I hated that saying because all of my classes were, looking back on it now, and no offense to the teachers that were in it, I feel bad for them. They were just in the classes with the degenerates. Like we were all the ones that didn't try. We were writing notes to all the girls. And I made a sound decision about 9th to 10th grade. I remember like it was yesterday. I said, I'm no longer give two shits about being friends with dudes. Cause I got picked on. Who didn't get picked on? But from 6th grade to about 9th, I was like, I'm done with this shit. I'm going to go talk to the hottest girl in school. And I did. And that was like my common denominator. Point is, I cared about was making out. And I didn't study. I didn't do anything. Right. That was it. And come 12th grade, it was like, oh, you're not going anywhere. I was like, shit, please. So I graduate, boom, start a clothing company because my cousin comes to visit me. Him and I would see each other at least 3 to 4 times a year. And he was everything I wanted to be and everything I wasn't, meaning super chill, calm, enjoy your day. And I'm like, he. Right. So he comes and visits. I'll never forget. He pulls up in an Acura, which I wanted. It was an Acura Integra. Yeah, 2-door.
Nice. A spoiler on the back.
Hunter green. Yeah, girl. Drove it from Massachusetts, had his buddy with him. And we have this like 7 days undisrupted, him and I together. And he had gotten, remember when people would get clothes made in the mall?
Yep.
He had gotten a hat made.
Yep.
And my cousin, everything he did was just cool. And he had gotten a pickle. He put a pickle in the upper part of the, I don't even know, just upper part of the brim. This like, an adjacent pickle, not a whimsical pickle, a legit dill pickle embroidered. And I was like, we're gonna sell those. Like I was like, I want it, so we're gonna sell it.
Yep.
Well, it's
best way to do it.
As you know, it didn't even end up turning into the embroiderment. We ended up making t-shirts, and you have to understand I was 17, 18, I'm 35 now. So getting that shit made, imported was not like now you just go on Vistaprint, have shirts here tomorrow.
Right.
I'm starting to do all these logistics.
Now
my cousin's super chill, hippie, just design, and I'm trying to think numbers, and I'm doing it all my lonesome.
Yeah.
Just like we are now. And I remember getting my first shipment of clothes, and I had come up with the idea of, I've always been a fan of artists, music artists, whether you're painting, jamming a guitar. I focused on this one musical group in high school. They were young. They were only like sophomores, and I was just about graduating. They were the coolest shit to me. So I gave them all Pathway to Providence.
Oh, okay.
And I would give them, as ghetto as it sounds, though, I was so broke that I would give them the clothes and need it back after that, because I needed, literally, I had, $500 to $1,000 at 17 years old, all on my own.
Yeah, that's insane.
You know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and everything was in a ledger, and it was all
good for you.
Yeah, it was red letters, baby. I was like, I have like $1,200 in clothes. I got to sell these, and I knew what I needed. And I'm not selling nothing. I'm going to these shows.
You got your pickle.
I got my pickle everywhere. I got stickers everywhere. I'm so excited. People are wearing it, but 90% of it is being given away. Because all my friends are like, yo, bro, you give it to me. And this is before social media. This is before Instagram.
Okay.
Like, and they're like, yo, you give me. And of course I would. Like a knucklehead. That's one common denominator. I still to this day, like, you ask me for anything, it's yours. Just can you give me a high five for God's sake? By the way, there's people to this day that still owe me a review. Like, if I did something for you, can you just leave me a review for God's sake? Jeez, it's the least. So fast forward, Chica.
Because God knows if it was a bad one, they leave it in a heartbeat.
Oh, exactly. So I get very upset because I'm not making much money. I'm starting to break even, though. You'd be very proud of me at 17, 18. I'm like somehow, some way hustling so hard that at least I never owed anybody.
Right.
I'm always paying the credit cards. I'm always broke even, but I ain't got a dime.
Yeah. Hey, but you're making it.
And people are like, must be nice. And I'm like, yeah, what the? And
I still get that.
Mm-hmm. So here I am. 18, 19. Now all of a sudden I start trying to think. I always had a W-2. Always. That's what these young folks, actually, I don't care what age you are. If you think you're going to get it, work, people.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Work. If you're not getting income, and I'm not trying to sound sexist, but you're a dude, work.
Yeah.
Get a job.
Yeah.
I don't care. If you're not bringing in income and you got to hustle, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Hustle, but bring in money. And I knew bring in money. So I always kept a job. Well, I end up, none of this was glamorous. This was all about breaking even. I started the first ever courier service in Palm Coast because I was working at a resort and there was no way to get food. So I'll never forget after the third time of someone being like, excuse me, can I get any food here? I was like, yeah, hold on 1 second.
Let me call my buddy.
So the thing that always happened was I was always techie webby. So within overnight, I built like a website, put a phone number together, Google Voice number, and I started handing out flyers. And I was like, oh, here you go, Palm Coast Concierge. We'll have the food there. Just give them a call. Literally, with phone ring, I would go in the back and be like, Palm Coast Concierge. And I would try to distort my voice a wee bit because it's like the guy. Right. And then they would say, hey, yeah, we want it. Now, Mezzaluna's was just getting going.
Okay.
So Mezzaluna's is getting put on the map.
Okay.
They can't get their food to the resort. This is the hammock zone. So money is falling from the sky. All you had to do is just grab it. And I saw an opportunity. So here I have the clothing thing kind of going. Now I start making their clothes at the resort because they didn't have a baby line. And baby clothes are cheaper.
Yeah.
And that's all I remember is whenever I would look at the schematics for the inventory, I'm like, son of a bitch.
Wow.
This t-shirt's 99 cents and this shirt is $1.99. Baby Pickle is coming to town. So Baby Pickle comes to town. But here was the thing. None of this was absolutely whimsical and euphoric. I'm constantly.
So Baby Pickle died?
No, Baby Pickle blew up.
Oh, it did. Okay, good.
Baby Pickle. I had the courier service. I was working at the resort. I had my clothes being sold through the resort. But I knew, and I'm not trying to sound like Gandhi over here, but I could feel two things. One, my mother. I'll never forget. My mom said to me, "You're getting too big for your britches."
Yep, that's my mom. Yep.
Because I was making it, and I didn't give two shits about you unless you had money. And if you didn't, could you please move? Can you get out of the way? I can't see the guy behind you. Right. And my mom hated it. I'll never forget Christmases and occasions were starting to come up. And I was this flagrant idiot where I was getting people.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I had like three vehicles at one point.
Oh, yeah. No, see, I've been humble since
you think I'm walking around shirtless now?
But I buried children and ex-husbands before I, found success on a business. So.
I was I'll say it, but I was the douche on a brand new crotch rocket, no shirt, hair greased back, thinking I owned the world. Yeah. I was all vanity. And my mom, combined with my accountability to the guy upstairs, was gnawing at me. For every time I added a zero, For every time I added an additional acquisition of a new client or whatever it was, I could feel God and my mom saying, this is wrong.
Really?
And I resented it. And that's when I ran. I ran away. I ran away from society.
And you found life.
I found
peace.
Love.
Yeah.
I found out what it's like to really love somebody. I found out what it's like to actually, lack of better words, man. I'm sorry to be so vulgar on the show, but just like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Stop. Yeah. Like literally listen to somebody and listen to what it is that's going on. And it's not about money. Now, granted, it didn't happen overnight. It took forever. But now when I came back to the States, when I came home, I would have mopped the floor. And to this day, I will mop a floor and I will be the happiest employee in the whole world. No salary, no acronym behind my name. Just and breath. What's happened, and you know as well as I do, as well read as you are, and with the books that you are reading, what you do with a little bit, you're going to do with a lot.
Yeah.
And now I've learned, if you're making $300 a month, which I was the richest man in the world.
Right.
And I still feel like this day.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it evolved. And then, of course, one thing I don't take lightly, and I bet you back me up on this, what I did was nothing new under the sun. What I did was nothing hard for anybody to do. Just shut up and do it.
Shut up.
One thing I do take with not lightly is companionship, your children's and significant others, whatever it may be. But people are what you love.
Yeah.
And anyone that has in your dialogue right now that says, I love this, I love my car, I love my new iPhone, I love my new, it will break.
Yeah.
Probably faster because you love it.
Yeah.
So get it out of your system now.
Yeah.
I loved my GSXR and then I fell. It's literally how it works.
If you don't raise my vibrations or my bank account.
Now, I'd never say I love anything unless it's a human being. And I'll tell you, and that's not something new, but for those that haven't found the companionship or have that jive, be patient. It will come. But maybe stop saying you love cars. Maybe stop. I'm not saying that they correlate. Maybe they don't. Maybe you don't have that in your vernacular and it's still not happening. Trust me, it will still come. And you know what I've learned this, and I'll close on this. If you're not happy when your eyes are closed, man, no geographical location, no significant other, and not the $1 million check, it's going to change it. Was that a fair statement?
It's an absolutely fair statement.
So that's me in a nutshell, love.
Yeah. I love being by myself.
You like
me, myself, and I in a book, and you know.
When's your reading time?
Whenever I can get it, I do Audible. I read a lot at the beachside store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't done the Audible. You have the subscription?
Yeah, I just have the app on my phone. Yeah.
And it just, do you like when the author is the actual reader?
But it doesn't matter to me if it's a voiceover, but I just love to like learn all the time.
I could tell.
I just like them as fun. It's like, I don't really watch a lot of like, you know, dumb TV and stuff.
You don't like to waste time?
I don't have time to waste. I wish I did. I got up this morning, I went to work, squeezed this in, and now I'm going to be going to work again, you know?
What time you got to be there?
I don't
do we do good?
Look, I make my own hours.
I love you.
And that's
are we good, by the way? Are we?
Yeah.
Do you have to go pee or anything?
No.
You good?
I love this magnet, by the way.
So those are new.
Those are really cute.
And as of right now, I've got shirts and magnets circulating in banks.
Is there a baby pickle hidden in this?
No, but those, if you ever hear somebody that's known me for a decade or two, they'll be like, yeah, I remember pickle days. I remember baby pickle days. So what happened was,
that's great.
When God used to tug on my heartstrings, Baby Pickle turned into helping single moms and families in need.
Sweet.
And that's when I met her.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still a little corpo. I want to get rich.
Are you?
No, at that moment. Sorry, we just got in the time machine. I had metaphorically already given up my jacket. One of my besties, who rest in peace, he passed away 7 years ago. I don't want to say it, but I mean, it was pretty fact that the dude was all that was man. This guy could get any girl, anywhere, anytime. The most charismatic, sexy. He was
the man.
The man. Mm-hmm. And I learned every trick of the trade through this man. And I remember when I told him that I think I found the girl I'm going to marry, he was not happy about it because he was like, bro, we got a world to conquer.
Right.
And I'll never forget, I've heard the story. I wasn't there, but Camille was in Kohl's in Palm Coast.
Because there wasn't a county road and company.
Boom. And my bestie walked in. He was living in Orlando at the time, but he knew her because he was all up in her spacious. He wanted to know who she was, what she looked like, why I was retiring. What do you mean? Who could this woman be? And not that I was the coolest thing in the world, but I was old school where I was going to court. I wasn't going to like make out with 10 people simultaneously. Yep. So and he wanted me to kind of keep flying. And he walked right up to her. She didn't know who he was. And he walks up to her and he goes, "Excuse me, are you Camille?" And Camille had 2 first names, Camille Billy. He goes, "You Camille Billy?" She said, "Yes." And she's very to herself, introverted. And he goes, yeah. Amongst many things he said to her that day, which were a lot of love, one of the fun things that he said was, "Are you prepared for the amount of women that this man's going to have in his life?" He like prophesied.
Oh, he spoke it.
He spoke it
into existence.
And I have no qualms in
letting believer.
I am one of these human beings that I just watched The Matrix the other day. You remember when they're eating their porridge?
I don't know. You didn't. I'm telling you, I don't watch TV.
That one you need to waste some time on.
Probably can't stay awake.
Fine. Oh, you got Sineme's like Camille? You got Sineme's disease?
Yeah. The minute I get still on the couch, it's like over.
Anyways, there's a part in the movie that when they're not in the Matrix, homeboy says to another
The Matrix is like this thing, Matrix? Is that what that was? Okay. I just want to make sure that we're thinking about the same
thing again. I can see a little bit. That's the one thing I'm trying to work with the show is that the thing from the glare. Yes, it's this thing, Matrix.
Okay, got it.
They're out of the Matrix at this point, which is the digital computer world. And he says to deny your own human impulse and your feel. It's like, don't do that. So I've learned this. Have I told you this yet in all of our chitty chats, the short ones we had? I'm learning not to stop your thoughts. You know, these like people preach like, you are what you think. I fought with that for many years. And as of recently, I like my thoughts. If I'm horny, I'm horny. If I'm hungry, I'm hungry. If I have to piss, I have to piss. But the point is I think I let it flow. Let it go through you.
Sure.
If you're
I
rich,
would think, isn't that how every machine works? You've got different things.
But mine, I used to let it chill too long, good or bad. I think you got to let it make sense. So I'm learning just to keep.
Oh, I'm just to go with the flow.
Yeah.
It's a day by day. We are going to be dealt a totally different hand of cards tomorrow.
Amen.
You know, like this morning when I told you about the meltdown with my daughter.
How is daughter?
I love her. Oh my God. So she goes to the University of Arkansas.
Okay.
She's like over 1,000 miles away. And I'm going to get on a plane Sunday and go see her. We're going to go hiking on Monday.
You're going to still do it?
Oh, absolutely. I love you. Yeah. I mean, and now that they have suspended classes there, they're going to online classes all the way until the end of the semester. So they told out-of-staters if they want to go home, but they'll keep the dining halls and the dorms open on a limited basis.
Right.
So, I told her maybe I'll just come up there and then we'll just road trip back. I can put her to work in the boutique or whatever. But, she's like, it's a lot. She's like, Mom, I just, I don't want to come home. She paid the money this semester for her like parking and stuff like that and her meal plan. And she's like, so she was having a little bit of a meltdown, but she's awesome.
How old is she now?
She's 18.
Wow, what's happening?
Yeah.
She got a little.
She'll be 19 in March. No crush. No.
She tell you if she
We're
did?
books. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You guys are super close?
Yeah, we're super close. Yeah, she FaceTimes me every day. And my son, me and my kids we're all close. But yeah, no, she's on that focus right now. She's partying, having a good time.
She needs to.
Yeah.
I feel bad for those that didn't get out of their system.
Yeah.
And then you see a lot of those people that are like, I'm going to do me now. It's like, bro, you got 7 kids. You're not supposed to do it now.
No.
You're supposed to do that.
No, she actually just was going to do a work study program in San Diego, but they cut off all the funds because of the coronavirus. So
what's the coronavirus?
She's my little, she's my little world traveler. And
what's her name?
Haley.
Haley Pants.
Yep, I got Haley and Chase.
Haley and Chase. Is Chase
adult children?
He's the younger of the two.
He's the older.
He's the older, and he is now in law enforcement.
Yes, he is.
God bless you, Chase.
Yeah. His daddy, was in law enforcement. So, when you your kids get to that age and they're like in society and they're contributing and they're doing what they're supposed to do, that's when you can kind of
Are you doing it?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Yeah, but
I feel like you are.
For all that they went through,
100%.
I'm just like, oh my gosh,
110%.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's crazy. I've been telling Camille this recently that in this era that we're living in, you're kind of guilty until proven innocent when it comes to the drug game to me anymore. Like I used to just think like, oh yeah, like everyone just always drank and smoked. No one does anything else. No.
Oh, it's terrible.
And listen, all those that have and or are going through it, my heart goes out to you. But,
yeah, absolutely.
Look,
it's a serious thing going on right now. Yeah.
Buck up, because it's getting, I think what it is just the easier, like for instance, put it this way, I guess you and I could walk into a bar and we would have access to any alcohol we wanted. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Do you want the 151?
Yeah. And I've struggled with that, being in the bar business.
Yeah.
That was one of the first,
did you go to a dark side?
Struggles. Yeah. I mean, I've had people that, have passed away over the years of the bar, even just, knowing them, or
from alcoholism or
just anything, like all kinds of ways, accidents, or I had one that was killed, Morello was killed on the motorcycle accident, and he was just a regular of ours, you know what I mean? But you grow close with those people, and so it's crazy.
It is crazy. The
ebbs and flows?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, there's ebbs and flows of freaking everything, man.
It's true, and like I said, I think that's why Chief Downey's comment resonates with you, is that you really are. You're only good as your last 24. Mm-hmm. And now it's crazy because I didn't know, and I still don't know. I don't know what kind of exposure this little show will have today, because everyone's freaking the hell out with the Corona land.
Yeah.
But it's happening. And it's, I think once again, whether it's the Kobe effect, someone passing away and you're met with death, I think everyone should just be ready for death. Embrace it. I'm like, I don't want to say I'm excited for it, because I'm happy now. I'm not running from anything here. But I mean, I don't know. You believe in after death?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What do you think?
I mean, I don't believe in well, we won't get too deep in it, but I don't really believe streets of gold and pearly gates and kind of stuff like that.
Do you think we'll be able to fly? That's my biggest thing. I just want to fly. If I could fly,
I just think it's going to be like, a big social get together,
like a big scruffies.
Yeah. Like if you've done good, like you do good, you get good. That's what I've always told my kids. Just always do the right thing, so you never be in the wrong. And people that do really, really bad things, there's probably some turmoil waiting for them. But
100%.
Us that put 100% every day,
I feel like every pharmaceutical company on their commercials, whether it's on Facebook or on the television, should start off by saying, "Are you an asshole? Well, we have a remedy for you." Because I think
Have you seen Portia's rules in the bar?
No, I have not. Please tell.
Oh.
Let them about.
Well, I don't know if I can tell them all about it.
Why? What are you worried about? We're not being. Who are you?
Well, I was looking at my phone because I could pull them up, but I had 10 rules.
What's
one of them's like don't be an ass.
Boom.
One of them's like no politics or religion at the bar. If you can't tip, you probably shouldn't be here. And if you won't tip, then refer to rule number 1, which is don't be an asshole.
I love these.
I got some really good rules in there. It's just be a kind human. It's really not that difficult.
The only argument that I ever won with someone when it catered to religion or spirituality was, tell me about your God without speaking.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And time will tell.
Yeah.
I don't need to know you do CrossFit, bro. You look good.
Actions.
You look good. How'd you do it? Boom. Tell me. I kip. Okay, cool. I don't need to know about your God. Just show it me.
Yeah.
Show me. And when there's something attractive, right? Like, for instance, you look fantastic. Those are the most comfy, cozy, yet sexy pants.
Thanks.
A woman to a woman should say, where did you get those?
Yeah.
Right. And then you have you didn't have to say like, everybody look at my pants. Are those a name for those, by the way?
They're called paper bag.
They're great. They're like samurai / sexy, right? Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah. Tie ankle, like super light. Feels like you just kind of have on pajamas.
So same thing, whether it's your spirituality or it's your clothing, just be attractive. Yeah. And it will, by ramification of that, people will say, well, how did you do? Well, okay, well. So I like that whole, that's tough though.
You are who you hang,
That's tough.
Yeah.
I didn't always do good in that department.
No.
I don't know if I still do, actually. I roll with some.
You're probably more of an extrovert, where I'm more of an introvert.
Are you really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you'll see me with every cut of the mill, but you're more introverted, huh? You got your 5, maybe 10.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
The kiss factor.
That's the kiss factor. Works with everything.
Is hubby that way? He rolls to his own beat?
Oh, man. Yeah, he does.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah, we met way later on in life, so we were all pretty established in our ways and
wanters, not needers.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say? Is that a fair assessment? Because I'm learning.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's like something that I've been trying to implement. Is that there's a fine line. I don't think the two exist. The only time I think it exists, because I've been sharing this a lot with women that I talk with that have kids, and they've actually said to me, I love this saying, but with my children, I have both.
Yeah.
And I think that's that supernova, right? The combination of wanting them / needing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would that be a fair assessment?
Yeah. Because we need them if we don't really realize it. Yeah.
Right.
As much as we do.
And that I feel is applicable there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's applicable to the guy at the bar.
No.
No. I don't think it's healthy.
Yeah. No, it's not.
And I had to learn that when I lost my best friend, is that I needed him.
Like a code.
I literally needed him. Every day he would call me and say, I want your life. And I'd be like, I want you. What? He had a beautiful job. It was everything that was, but he was, I guess I can say he was teaching me, because that's the way I look at him now.
Right, sure.
It's like, and I'm very close with his brother. And like, we talk about it to this day and we're like, dude, was he kind of like, did he know?
Right. Foreshadowing, kind of like
because he said things to this day. It's like, how did he, and all of his motive, you know what I've noticed, and you know this as well, when your motive is right, something works.
Yeah. When
your motive isn't right, pickle didn't work. Baby pickle didn't really work.
Right.
Nothing really was. But when your motive is pure and you go, well, I think I should make some revenue.
That's a good, yes. Is
that fair?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And the minute your motive is right and you stop worrying, like putting
all the gears work together. Yeah.
It's like a tidal wave.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to tell these little kids, I won't say little kids, and tell these young kids, man, what you do now. And someone had told me that when I was 17. I was like,
yeah.
Like, you don't know me.
That's right.
You want to see my bank account?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You don't know. I'm broke. And it's funny because what I was doing then, I am doing now. It's the same thing. And I love it.
It's the work integration.
I love it. You do all your own accounting too.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I should go to school to be an accountant. Like, I do.
On today's show, we have Portia Moy. She is an accountant. She will do your taxes. She will have them done. I'm sure that's a nightmare in itself. And that's what I love when I tell the younger folk, they're like, I want your life. I'm like, you want to be an accountant?
Well, I had an accountant for many, many years, and she passed away right before this tax season.
This recent one? Portia Moy.
No idea.
Portia Moy really
Talk about paying ebbs and flows, man. I was like, oh my God, what? You're kidding me. She knows me from marriage to divorces to deaths to home ownership to rentals. Like
she knows she knows where all your numbers are.
Yeah.
They are important.
So like I do my QuickBooks, but she does my numbers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Wow, so you really
this year was kind of like, oh, but
Are we out of this? Are we out of it?
Well, yeah, we're out of it. We got through the taxes, which I usually don't file until, I'm like one of those like
I need an extension.
Yes. My accountant always files an extension for me right off the bat. But yeah.
Did we do it?
Yeah, I think we did well.
Did you enjoy yourself?
I did. It was a great time.
Was it? Because I saw you commented to Christy B, and I would be a liar and tell you that I don't always get a little bit of butterflies the night before. Was it too scary, right? The night leading up to, you kind of want to like, let's get this going. The most nervous I've ever been is when I had the 9-year-olds on.
Yeah, I would be nervous about that too.
It's funny. I've had the sheriff on. I've had all these. I've had doctors on. And even with you get a little giddy. I got a little 9-year-old pissing my pants. Because I thought, what really am I going to talk about?
Right.
But it worked. I guess once again, if your motive is right.
There you go. The gears work.
These little kids, man, they really. When I know these little kids are nice to me and they're very, I must be doing something right, because kids will tell you straight up. Bro, they make fun of my shorts 110%, which is they're like, you're the guy with the short shorts at the soccer fields. I'm like, yeah, because I keep these things on all the time. These are they're so versatile.
I think every time I've seen
you notice in the 80s, you know what's happening. They're all getting back to it. Why do you want more material on to be loose and light? It's happening. I should make I'll start selling my shorts through your store. That's what this was a business.
Oh, the seed planted. Everybody see that?
A Shark Tank episode where I'm like, here are my shorts. I want them in the country store. No, we did it. I can't tell you enough in words how much I appreciate you. We're going to close on. Do you have anything? Do you have any events or anything going on? I mean, the world's dying.
Oh, yes, we do, actually, obviously. At Scruffy's for St. Patty's Day, we always have a spread. So we'll have everybody just brings it's like a potluck type thing. We do corned beef and hash, or corned beef and cabbage.
Yep.
Corned beef and cabbage. So we always have a spread on St. Patty's Day. It's on the 17th.
Are we past the 13th?
17th.
Oh my God, today's the 13th.
Oh,
my mess. So the 17th is St. Patty's.
I think it's on a Tuesday. Yep.
Okay.
So we'll have a full spread there, and then on
we're staying open for coronal time.
Of course.
Hit it, people. Bring your tissues and your thieves.
Wash your ass, and you'll be okay. You know what I'm saying?
We should do like a disinfecting station before they come in. All right, so that's on.
Yep, and then Teachers Night Out, we do the third Thursday of every month at County Road and Company Boutique in Palm Coast.
Okay.
So we're open extended hours. Educators come out. We give you 25% off your entire purchase.
I saw this online.
Yeah.
That's what this is?
And then we want to like grow it to where eventually we can have like a battle of the schools type thing. And in whatever school comes out and shops the most, we'll donate back to that school a percentage of our sales.
I like it.
Yeah. So that's where we're hoping to get that third Thursday. And we always have wine. Course.
Duh.
It's a sipping shop, obviously.
We keep you hydrated. That's good.
Yeah.
And what I'll do is I didn't tag any of the businesses in the posts because I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
We'll do that. Cool. I'll put that in there.
Yeah.
And I always ask people this too on the show. Are you cool with if someone watched today's episode at some point or even in the future and something that you've gone through or who you are as a person resonate.
You want to reach out to me and kind of absolutely,
You're cool
absolutely, absolutely.
Because that seems
I'm from the spectrum of, I've lost a child. Oh my gosh, and I'm in that point. I've dealt with divorce and PTSD. I've dealt with opening businesses and,
So someone just
raising children,
no agenda, no business plan, just says, "Hey, help! Can you give me a hug?
Give me a little bit of absolutely,
You're cool with that,
yeah.
That is
love sending the good vibes." Yeah.
It will happen too, by the way. A lot of them will come to me. It's weird. They'll message me and they're all strangers and they're like, no, I won't normally give out the cell number.
Yeah.
You're not, that's different. But what I will do is I'll try to at least get you in contact. 100%.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important for people. And that's the whole, it's like, there's like this many reasons why I do the show. And that's one of the few. And that is to help people realize that we're just normal folk.
All going through some
you don't have an anxious
stuff.
idiot, but I got my anxious idiot. You got to name yours soon. Maybe call her or something.
It's like Debbie Downer.
Debbie Downer in there? She's in there. But my point is we all have them.
Yeah.
And it's okay to have them, but it's okay to tell them to shut up.
Yeah.
And to also maybe
sometimes the reaction.
Boom. Maybe have someone else tell your little Debbie Downer or your anxious idiot to shut up. Because you got it.
Well, and this has been a great boost. You know what I mean?
It?
Yeah. Like I'm like, really? Like what could he possibly want to talk to me about?
Oh, I knew the minute when you sent me that message, I was like, you're coming on. Okay. Well, I want everyone to, I've been getting more and more people reach out to me and they say, how much does it cost? Which is really nice. And what is like the parameters? And I go, dude, heartbeat, maybe a libation. And that's it. But your story today, and once again, it doesn't require super blood, guts, and gore, but that makes who you are.
Sure,
and
absolutely.
For you to be that vulnerable and to share that means the world to me. So I thank you. We'll put in there, and then I think we did it.
Sweet.
Bam. Let's see. And if you're good luck, we didn't get disconnected.